Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English in Minutes 2.0. I'm Emma, your host for today. If you're new here, I'd like to let you know that we regularly upload new English learning videos to help you improve your listening, speaking, pronunciation, and fluency step by step. In today's episode, you're going to practice slow and simple English through useful situations from everyday life. We'll follow a complete daily routine, from waking up in the morning, getting ready, eating breakfast, traveling to work or school, completing daily tasks, shopping, relaxing in the evening, and finally going to bed at night. This lesson is specifically designed for A1 and A2 English learners. I'll speak slowly and clearly so you can understand each sentence, notice the pronunciation, and follow the natural rhythm of American English. You'll hear common words, useful expressions, simple questions, and practical sentences that you can use in your own daily life. During the lesson, you'll also practice English shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a sentence and then saying it out loud in the same way. Listen carefully to my voice. Notice the rhythm, stress, and pronunciation, and then practice the sentence with me. Don't worry if you can't speak perfectly at first. Speak slowly, stay relaxed, and keep practicing. Your fluency will improve with every sentence. We'll also complete simple speaking exercises, listening questions, daily routine practice, and short situational conversations. You'll learn how to talk about your morning, describe your daily activities, ask and answer common questions, express your needs, solve small everyday problems, and speak naturally about your day. You can listen to this lesson while relaxing, walking, traveling, cooking, or getting ready for bed. However, when it's time to practice, try to speak out loud with me. The more you listen and speak, the more confident and natural your English will become. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss any of our upcoming English learning lessons. And remember, you don't need to understand every word immediately. Listen carefully, practice patiently, and focus on progress, not perfection. So, take a slow, comfortable breath, get ready to listen and speak, and let's begin our slow English listening, shadowing, and fluency practice. Let's begin with the first moment of your day. Waking up in the morning. Imagine that it is early morning. Your room is quiet. Your eyes are closed. Then, you slowly wake up. You open your eyes, take a deep breath, and look around your room. You may feel sleepy at first. That is normal. Many people need a few minutes to feel fully awake. Listen to this sentence. I wake up at 7 o'clock every morning. Now, say it slowly. I wake up at 7 o'clock every morning. One more time. I wake up at 7 o'clock every morning. The phrase wake up means to stop sleeping. You can say, I wake up early. I wake up late on weekends. I usually wake up before my alarm. I sometimes wake up during the night. These are all useful sentences for talking about sleep and your morning routine. Now, listen carefully. My alarm goes off at 7 o'clock. My alarm goes off at 7 o'clock. The phrase goes off means that the alarm starts making a sound. You can say, my alarm goes off at 6:30. My alarm goes off too early. My alarm did not go off this morning. Practice with me. My alarm goes off at 7 o'clock. I hear the alarm. I open my eyes, and I turn it off. Now, say the full sentence. My alarm goes off at 7 o'clock. So I open my eyes and turn it off. Again, my alarm goes off at 7 o'clock, so I open my eyes and turn it off. Sometimes you may not get out of bed immediately. You may stay in bed for a few more minutes. You may feel tired. You may want to sleep longer. In that situation, you can say, I am still sleepy. I do not want to get up yet. I need 5 more minutes. I am not ready to start the day. Listen and practice. I am still sleepy. I need 5 more minutes. I do not want to get out of bed yet. Now, let's make the sentences sound natural and connected. I'm still sleepy. I need 5 more minutes. I don't want to get out of bed yet. In everyday American English, we often use contractions. Instead of saying I am, we usually say I'm. Instead of saying do not, we usually say don't. Contractions make your English sound more natural and relaxed. Practice the difference. I am tired. I'm tired. I do not want to get up. I don't want to get up. I cannot find my phone. I can't find my phone. Now, imagine that you finally decide to get out of bed. You sit up slowly. You put your feet on the floor. Then you stand up. Listen carefully. I sit up in bed. I put my feet on the floor. I stand up and stretch my arms. Now, practice. I sit up in bed. I put my feet on the floor. I stand up and I stretch my arms. To stretch means to move your arms, legs, or body so your muscles feel less tight. Many people stretch after waking up. You can say, I stretch every morning. Stretching helps me feel awake. I stretch my arms above my head. I stretch my back and shoulders. Now, say, I stretch my arms above my head. Again, I stretch my arms above my head. Let's continue. After getting out of bed, you may make your bed. Making your bed means arranging the sheets, blanket, and pillows so the bed looks neat. Listen, I make my bed every morning. Now, repeat. I make my bed every morning. You can also say, I usually make my bed after I wake up. I do not always make my bed. My bed looks neat and clean. I put the pillows in the right place. Practice the complete routine. I wake up. I turn off my alarm. I get out of bed. I stretch. And I make my bed. Again, a little more naturally. I wake up, turn off my alarm, get out of bed, stretch, and make my bed. Now, I will ask you a few simple questions. Answer them out loud in complete sentences. What time do you usually wake up? You can say, I usually wake up at 6:30, or I usually wake up at 8 o'clock. Do you use an alarm? You can answer, yes, I use an alarm every morning. Or, no, I usually wake up without an alarm. Do you get out of bed immediately? You can say, yes, I get out of bed immediately. Or, no, I usually stay in bed for a few minutes. Do you make your bed every morning? Answer in your own way. Yes, I make my bed every morning. Or, no, I sometimes forget to make my bed. Now, let's put these ideas into a short practice exercise. Listen first. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. My alarm goes off, and I turn it off. I stay in bed for 2 more minutes because I am still sleepy. Then I sit up, put my feet on the floor, and stand up. I stretch my arms and make my bed. Now, practice that conversations with me, 1 sentence at a time. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. My alarm goes off, and I turn it off. I stay in bed for 2 more minutes because I am still sleepy. Then I sit up, put my feet on the floor, and stand up. I stretch my arms and make my bed. Very good. Now, we move from the bedroom to the bathroom. In the morning, most people go to the bathroom to wash their face, brush their teeth, and get ready. Listen, I walk to the bathroom. I turn on the light. I look in the mirror. Practice. I walk to the bathroom. I turn on the light. I look in the mirror. A mirror is something that shows your reflection. You can look at your face, your hair, and your clothes in a mirror. You can say, I look in the mirror every morning. My hair looks messy. My eyes look tired. I need to wash my face. Listen and repeat. My hair looks messy. My eyes look tired. I need to wash my face. The word messy means not neat or organized. Your hair may look messy when you wake up. Your room may also be messy. Your desk may be messy. You can say, "My hair is messy this morning. I need to comb my hair." Now, let's talk about washing your face. Listen, I turn on the faucet. I wash my face with cool water. The water helps me feel awake. In American English, we usually call the place where water comes out a faucet. You can say, "Turn on the faucet," "Turn off the faucet," "The water is too cold," "The water is too hot." Practice these sentences. I turn on the faucet, I wash my face, I turn off the faucet, and I dry my face with a towel. Again, I turn on the faucet, wash my face, turn it off, and dry my face with a towel. Now, imagine the water is too cold. You may say, "The water is freezing. It is too cold. Let me make it warmer." Listen and practice. The water is too cold. Let me make it warmer. Now, imagine the water is too hot. You can say, "The water is too hot. I need more cold water." These small expressions are useful because they help you describe simple daily problems. Next, you brush your teeth. Listen, I put toothpaste on my toothbrush. I brush my teeth for 2 minutes. Then I rinse my mouth. Now, repeat slowly. I put toothpaste on my toothbrush. I brush my teeth for 2 minutes. Then I rinse my mouth. Toothpaste is the soft material you put on a toothbrush. To rinse means to clean something quickly with water. You can say, "I brush my teeth in the morning and at night. I need a new toothbrush. I am almost out of toothpaste. I rinse my mouth with water." Practice. I brush my teeth twice a day, once in the morning and once before bed. Now, let's say the full bathroom routine. I go to the bathroom, wash my face, brush my teeth, and dry my face with a clean towel. Again, I go to the bathroom, wash my face, brush my teeth, and dry my face with a clean towel. After brushing your teeth, you may take a shower. Some people take a shower every morning. Other people take a shower at night. Listen, I turn on the shower and wait for the water to get warm. I take off my pajamas and step into the shower. Practice carefully. I turn on the shower. I wait for the water to get warm. I take off my pajamas, and I step into the shower. The phrase "take off" means to remove clothes, shoes, glasses, or something else from your body. The opposite is put on. Listen to the difference. I take off my pajamas. I put on clean clothes. I take off my shoes. I put on my slippers. I take off my jacket. I put on a sweater. Now, practice. I take off my pajamas. I take a shower. I dry myself with a towel. And I put on clean clothes. Let's continue with the shower routine. You may wash your hair. You may use shampoo. You may wash your body with soap. Listen, I wash my hair with shampoo. I wash my body with soap. Then I rinse everything off. Practice. I wash my hair with shampoo. I wash my body with soap. Then I rinse everything off. After the shower, you turn off the water. You step out carefully because the floor may be wet. Then you dry yourself with a towel. Listen, I turn off the shower. I step out carefully. I dry my hair and body with a towel. Now, repeat. I turn off the shower. I step out carefully. I dry my hair and body with a towel. Sometimes you may forget your towel. In that situation, you could say, "Oh no, I forgot my towel. My towel is in the bedroom. I need to get it." Practice that small problem. I forgot my towel. It is in the bedroom. I need to get it. Now, let's practice answering a few questions about your bathroom routine. Do you shower in the morning or at night? You can answer, "I usually shower in the morning," or "I prefer to shower at night." How long does your shower take? You can say, "My shower usually takes 10 minutes," or "I take a quick 5-minute shower." Do you wash your hair every day? You can answer, "Yes, I wash my hair every day," or "No, I wash my hair every 2 or 3 days." What do you do after your shower? You can say, after my shower, I dry my hair and get dressed. Now, listen to a complete practice exercise about a morning bathroom routine. After I get out of bed, I go to the bathroom. First, I wash my face with cool water. Then I brush my teeth for 2 minutes. After that, I take a warm shower. I wash my hair, rinse off the soap, and dry myself with a towel. Then I am ready to get dressed. Now, shadow the English conversations with me. After I get out of bed, I go to the bathroom. First, I wash my face with cool water. Then I brush my teeth for 2 minutes. After that, I take a warm shower. I wash my hair, rinse off the soap, and dry myself with a towel. Then I am ready to get dressed. Excellent. Now, let's talk about getting dressed. Getting dressed means putting on your clothes. Listen. I open my closet and choose my clothes for the day. Repeat. I open my closet and choose my clothes for the day. A closet is a small space where you keep clothes, shoes, and other personal items. You may also keep your clothes in drawers. You can say, my shirts are in the closet. My socks are in the drawer. My shoes are near the door. I need to choose something comfortable. Practice, my shirts are in the closet. My socks are in the drawer. My shoes are near the door. Now, imagine that you need to choose what to wear. You look outside and check the weather. It is sunny and warm. You choose a t-shirt and a pair of jeans. Listen. It is warm today, so I am wearing a t-shirt and jeans. Repeat. It is warm today, so I am wearing a t-shirt and jeans. If the weather is cold, you may say, it is cold outside, so I need a sweater and a jacket. Practice. It is cold outside. I need a sweater, and I need a jacket. If it is raining, you may say, it is raining, so I need my raincoat and an umbrella. Listen and repeat. It is raining. I need my raincoat, and I need an umbrella. Now, let's learn a few common clothing words. A shirt covers the upper part of your body. Pants cover your legs. Socks go on your feet. Shoes go over your socks. A jacket keeps you warm. A belt goes around your waist. Practice these sentences. I put on my shirt. I put on my pants. I put on my socks. I put on my shoes. I put on my jacket. Now, say the complete sentence. I put on my shirt, pants, socks, shoes, and jacket. Sometimes your clothes may not be ready. Your shirt may be wrinkled. Your shoes may be dirty. Your socks may not match. Listen. My shirt is wrinkled. I need to iron it. Repeat. My shirt is wrinkled. I need to iron it. Wrinkled means that the fabric is not smooth. To iron clothes means to make them smooth with an iron. You can also say, my shoes are dirty. I need to clean them. These socks do not match. I need to find another pair. Practice. My shoes are dirty. I need to clean them. These socks don't match. I need another pair. Now, imagine that you are in a hurry. You cannot decide what to wear. You might say, I do not have much time. I need to get dressed quickly. This shirt is fine. I will wear it today. Now, say it naturally. I don't have much time. I need to get dressed quickly. This shirt is fine. I'll wear it today. The contraction I'll means I will. Listen. I will wear this shirt. I'll wear this shirt. I will make breakfast. I'll make breakfast. I will leave soon. I'll leave soon. Now, let's practice describing what you are wearing. Listen. I am wearing a blue shirt, black pants, and white shoes. Repeat. I'm wearing a blue shirt, black pants, and white shoes. Now, describe your own clothes. Start with, I am wearing. You can say, I'm wearing a gray shirt and blue jeans. Or, I'm wearing a black dress and comfortable shoes. Take a moment and say your own sentence now. I'm wearing. Good. Let's continue. After getting dressed, You may comb or brush your hair. You may also use a hair dryer. Listen. I stand in front of the mirror and brush my hair. Practice. I stand in front of the mirror and brush my hair. You can say, my hair is still wet. I need to dry it. I use a hair dryer. I comb my hair. I make sure my hair looks neat. Repeat. My hair is still wet. I need to dry it. I want my hair to look neat. You may also put on deodorant, lotion, makeup, or perfume. These are personal choices, and everyone's routine is different. Listen. I finish getting ready and check myself in the mirror. Repeat. I finish getting ready and check myself in the mirror. You may ask yourself, do I look okay? Is my shirt clean? Is my hair neat? Do I have everything I need? Practice those questions. Do I look okay? Is my shirt clean? Is my hair neat? Do I have everything I need? Now, answer. Yes, I look ready for the day. Let's put the getting dressed routine into one more practice activity. After my shower, I open my closet and choose my clothes. I check the weather before I get dressed. Today is cool, so I put on a long-sleeved shirt, pants, socks, and comfortable shoes. Then I brush my hair and look in the mirror. Everything looks fine, and I am ready for breakfast. Now, shadow it slowly. After my shower, I open my closet and choose my clothes. I check the weather before I get dressed. Today is cool, so I put on a long-sleeved shirt, pants, socks, and comfortable shoes. Then I brush my hair and look in the mirror. Everything looks fine, and I am ready for breakfast. Now, we are going to practice the complete morning sequence from waking up to getting dressed. Listen first without speaking. I wake up when my alarm goes off. I turn off the alarm and sit up in bed. I stretch my arms, get out of bed, and make my bed. Then I walk to the bathroom. I wash my face, brush my teeth, and take a shower. After my shower, I dry myself with a towel and choose my clothes. I get dressed, brush my hair, and check myself in the mirror. Now, I am clean, dressed, and ready to begin my day. Now, say it with me. One short part at a time. I wake up when my alarm goes off. I turn off the alarm and sit up in bed. I stretch my arms, get out of bed, and make my bed. Then I walk to the bathroom. I wash my face, brush my teeth, and take a shower. After my shower, I dry myself with a towel and choose my clothes. I get dressed, brush my hair, and check myself in the mirror. Now, I am clean, dressed, and ready to begin my day. Let's practice it one more time with a more natural rhythm. I wake up when my alarm goes off. I turn it off, sit up, and get out of bed. I stretch, make my bed, and go to the bathroom. I wash my face, brush my teeth, and take a shower. Then I dry myself, get dressed, brush my hair, and check the mirror. Now, I'm ready to begin my day. Very good. Now, answer these questions in full sentences. What time did you wake up today? Say, I woke up at. Did you make your bed? Say, yes, I made my bed. Or, no, I did not make my bed. What did you do in the bathroom? You can say, I washed my face, brushed my teeth, and took a shower. What are you wearing today? Say, I'm wearing. How do you feel this morning? You can say, I feel awake, I feel tired, I feel relaxed, I feel busy, I feel ready for the day. Now, create your own short morning practice exercise. Use these ideas: what time you wake up, how you feel, what you do in the bathroom, and what you wear. Here is an example. I wake up at 6:30 every morning. I usually feel a little sleepy, but I get out of bed quickly. I make my bed and go to the bathroom. I wash my face, brush my teeth, and take a shower. Then I put on comfortable clothes and brush my hair. After that, I am ready to have breakfast. Now, speak about your own morning. Start with, I wake up at. Do not worry if your sentences are simple. Simple sentences are useful sentences. The goal is not to use difficult words. The goal is to speak clearly and confidently about your real life. Listen to these useful morning sentences one more time. I wake up early. My alarm goes off at 7. I turn off my alarm. I get out of bed. I make my bed. I wash my face. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I get dressed. I brush my hair. I look in the mirror. I am ready for the day. Now, shadow them again with a smooth rhythm. I wake up early. My alarm goes off at 7. I turn it off. I get out of bed. I make my bed. I wash my face. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I get dressed. I brush my hair. I look in the mirror. And I'm ready for the day. Take a slow breath, relax your shoulders, and say this final morning English practice with confidence. Every morning, I wake up, get out of bed, and prepare for the day. I take care of my body, choose my clothes, and get ready slowly. Some mornings are easy, and some mornings are busy. However, I try to begin each day with a calm mind and a positive attitude. Now that you are dressed and ready, it is time to think about breakfast. Breakfast is the first meal of the day. Some people eat a large breakfast, while other people prefer something small and simple. You may eat eggs, toast, cereal, fruit, oatmeal, yogurt, or pancakes. You may drink coffee, tea, milk, juice, or water. Listen carefully. I walk into the kitchen and prepare breakfast. Now, say it slowly. I walk into the kitchen and prepare breakfast. One more time. I walk into the kitchen and prepare breakfast. The word prepare means to make something ready. You can prepare breakfast, prepare lunch, prepare your clothes, or prepare for work. Listen and practice. I prepare breakfast every morning. I prepare my lunch before work. I prepare my clothes the night before. Now, imagine that you enter the kitchen. You open the refrigerator and look inside. You want to decide what to eat. Listen. I open the refrigerator and look for something to eat. Repeat. I open the refrigerator and look for something to eat. You may say, there are some eggs in the refrigerator. There is some milk on the shelf. There is an apple in the fruit bowl. I think I will make eggs and toast. Practice with me. There are some eggs in the refrigerator. There is some milk on the shelf. There is an apple in the fruit bowl. I think I'll make eggs and toast. Notice that we use there is for one thing and there are for more than one thing. Listen, there is an egg in the refrigerator. There are 3 eggs in the refrigerator. There is a banana on the table. There are 2 bananas on the table. Now, practice. There is some bread on the counter. There are 2 cups in the cabinet. There is a plate near the sink. There are some spoons in the drawer. Let's begin making breakfast. You take 2 eggs from the refrigerator. You place a frying pan on the stove. Then you turn on the heat. Listen. I put the frying pan on the stove and turn on the heat. Repeat. I put the frying pan on the stove and turn on the heat. Next, you crack the eggs into the pan. You add a little salt and pepper. Then you wait for the eggs to cook. Practice. I crack 2 eggs into the pan. I add a little salt and pepper. I wait for the eggs to cook. The word crack means to break the shell of an egg. Listen. I crack an egg into a bowl. I crack 2 eggs into the pan. Be careful not to drop the shell into the food. Now, imagine that the pan is too hot. The eggs begin to burn. You may say, oh no, the heat is too high. I need to turn it down. Practice. The heat is too high. I need to turn it down. Turn it down means to make the heat lower. The opposite is turn it up. Listen. The stove is too hot, so I turn it down. The water is not hot enough. so I turn it up. Now, the eggs are ready. You turn off the stove and place the eggs on a plate. Listen, the eggs are ready, so I turn off the stove and put them on a plate. Repeat, the eggs are ready, so I turn off the stove and put them on a plate. Now, you make toast. You take 2 slices of bread and put them in the toaster. Listen, I put 2 slices of bread in the toaster. Repeat, I put 2 slices of bread in the toaster. A slice is a thin, flat piece of food. You can have a slice of bread, a slice of cheese, or a slice of pizza. Practice. I have 2 slices of bread. I put 1 slice of cheese on my sandwich. I eat a slice of pizza for lunch. When the toast is ready, it may be very hot. Be careful when you take it out. You can add butter, jam, or peanut butter. Listen, I spread butter on my toast. Repeat, I spread butter on my toast. To spread means to put something over a surface in a smooth way. You can spread butter on bread, jam on toast, or cream cheese on a bagel. Practice. I spread jam on my toast. I spread peanut butter on a slice of bread. I spread cream cheese on my bagel. Now you pour a drink. You may pour orange juice into a glass or coffee into a cup. Listen, I pour orange juice into a glass. Repeat, I pour orange juice into a glass. You can say, I pour milk into my cereal. I pour coffee into my cup. Be careful not to spill it. The word spill means to accidentally make liquid fall out of a cup, glass, or container. Listen, I spilled some coffee on the table. Be careful not to spill your juice. Now, let's practice the complete breakfast preparation. I take 2 eggs from the refrigerator. I put a frying pan on the stove. I crack the eggs into the pan. I make 2 slices of toast, and I pour some juice into a glass. Again, with a smooth rhythm, I take 2 eggs from the refrigerator, cook them in a pan, make 2 slices of toast, and pour some juice into a glass. Now, imagine that you prefer cereal. Your morning routine may be much faster. Listen, I take a bowl from the cabinet, I pour cereal into the bowl, then I add some milk. Practice. I take a bowl from the cabinet, I pour cereal into the bowl, then I add some milk. You might also add fruit. You can slice a banana or add a few berries. Listen, I slice a banana and add it to my cereal. Repeat, I slice a banana and add it to my cereal. Now, imagine that there is no milk. You open the refrigerator, but the milk carton is empty. You may say, we are out of milk. I need to buy more later. Practice. We are out of milk. I need to buy more later. The phrase be out of means that there is none left. You can say, we are out of bread. We are out of eggs. We are out of coffee. I am out of toothpaste. Listen and repeat. We're out of milk. We're out of bread. We're out of eggs. I need to go to the store. This is a very useful phrase in daily life. Now, answer this question. What food are you sometimes out of at home? You can say, we are sometimes out of milk, or I am often out of fruit. Now, sit down at the table and begin eating. Listen, I sit at the kitchen table and eat my breakfast. Repeat, I sit at the kitchen table and eat my breakfast. You may eat slowly because you have plenty of time, or you may eat quickly because you are in a hurry. Listen, I have plenty of time, I eat slowly. Repeat, I have plenty of time, so I eat slowly. Now, listen, I am running late, so I need to eat quickly. Repeat, I'm running late, so I need to eat quickly. The phrase running late means that you may not arrive on time. You can say, I am running late for work. I am running late for an appointment. I am running late because I woke up late. Practice. I'm running late. I need to hurry. I don't want to miss the bus. While eating breakfast, you may check your phone, read the news, look at your calendar, or think about your plans for the day. However, it can also be helpful to eat without rushing. Listen, While I eat breakfast, I check my schedule for the day. Repeat. While I eat breakfast, I check my schedule for the day. A schedule is a plan that shows what you need to do and when you need to do it. You may have a work schedule, a class schedule, or a daily schedule. You can say, "My schedule is busy today. I have a meeting at 10. I have a doctor's appointment at 3. I need to buy groceries after work." Practice. My schedule is busy today. I have a meeting at 10. I have an appointment at 3. I need to buy groceries after work. Now, let's practice talking about plans. Listen. What do you need to do today? Repeat. What do you need to do today? You can answer, I need to go to work. I need to send an email. I need to buy groceries. I need to clean my apartment. I need to call a friend. Practice. I need to go to work. I need to make a phone call. I need to stop at the store. I need to cook dinner. Now, answer in your own words. What do you need to do today? Start with, today, I need to. Good. Now, listen to a full breakfast practice exercise. Every morning, I go to the kitchen and prepare something simple to eat. Today, I make eggs and toast. I crack 2 eggs into a frying pan and cook them for a few minutes. Then I put 2 slices of bread in the toaster. When the toast is ready, I spread butter on it. I pour some orange juice into a glass and sit down at the table. While I eat, I check my schedule and think about my plans for the day. Now, shadow it with me. Every morning, I go to the kitchen and prepare something simple to eat. Today, I make eggs and toast. I crack 2 eggs into a frying pan and cook them for a few minutes. Then I put 2 slices of bread in the toaster. When the toast is ready, I spread butter on it. I pour some orange juice into a glass and sit down at the table. While I eat, I check my schedule and think about my plans for the day. Now, let's practice a different breakfast English conversations. On busy mornings, I do not have much time. I make a quick bowl of cereal and add some milk. Sometimes I add a banana or some berries. I eat quickly, drink a glass of water, and clean the table. Then I wash my bowl and spoon and get ready to leave. Practice slowly. On busy mornings, I don't have much time. I make a quick bowl of cereal and add some milk. Sometimes I add a banana or some berries. I eat quickly, drink a glass of water, and clean the table. Then I wash my bowl and spoon and get ready to leave. Now, answer a few simple questions. What do you usually eat for breakfast? You can say, I usually eat eggs and toast, or I usually have cereal and fruit. What do you usually drink in the morning? You can say, I usually drink coffee. I usually drink tea. I usually drink water. Do you eat breakfast every day? Answer, yes, I eat breakfast every day. Or, no, I sometimes skip breakfast. To skip breakfast means not to eat breakfast. Listen, I was busy, so I skipped breakfast. I do not like to skip meals. I feel hungry when I skip breakfast. Practice. I try not to skip breakfast. Breakfast gives me energy. I feel better when I eat in the morning. After breakfast, you need to clean up. You may place dirty dishes in the sink or put them in the dishwasher. Listen, I put my plate and cup in the sink. Repeat. I put my plate and cup in the sink. Now, listen. I rinse the dishes and put them in the dishwasher. Repeat. I rinse the dishes and put them in the dishwasher. A dishwasher is a machine that washes dishes. If you do not have one, you can wash the dishes by hand. Listen, I wash the dishes by hand with soap and warm water. Repeat. I wash the dishes by hand with soap and warm water. You may also wipe the table and clean the counter. Practice. I wipe the table, I clean the counter. I put the food away, and I leave the kitchen neat. The phrase put away means to return something to its correct place. You can put away food, clothes, dishes, books, or groceries. Listen. I put the milk back in the refrigerator. I put the bread in the cabinet. I put the dishes away. Now, say the complete cleanup routine. I rinse my plate, wash my cup, wipe the table, and put the food away. Again, I rinse my plate, wash my cup, wipe the table, and put the food away. Now, it is almost time to leave home. Before you go, you need to make sure that you have everything you need. Listen. Before I leave, I check my bag. Repeat. Before I leave, I check my bag. You may need your phone, wallet, keys, identification, lunch, water bottle, headphones, or umbrella. Listen and practice. I have my phone, I have my wallet, I have my keys, I have my lunch, I have everything I need. Sometimes people forget something important. You may walk to the door and suddenly remember your phone. You can say, "Wait, I forgot my phone. It is on the kitchen table." Practice. Wait, I forgot my phone. It's on the kitchen table. Now, imagine that you cannot find your keys. You look in your bag, on the table, and near the door. You may say, "Where are my keys? I cannot find them anywhere." In natural American English, say, "Where are my keys? I can't find them anywhere." Practice. Where are my keys? I can't find them. I'm sure I left them by the door. Then you look inside your jacket pocket and find them. You may say, "Here they are. They were in my pocket." Practice. Here they are. They were in my pocket. Now, imagine that you need to pack your lunch. You do not want to buy food outside, so you place a sandwich, fruit, and a bottle of water in a small lunch bag. Listen, I pack a sandwich, an apple, and a bottle of water for lunch. Repeat. I pack a sandwich, an apple, and a bottle of water for lunch. You can say, I bring my lunch from home. I pack it before I leave. This helps me save time and money. Practice. I bring my lunch from home. I pack it in the morning. I put it in my bag. Now, check the weather before leaving. You may look out the window or check the weather on your phone. Listen. I check the weather before I leave the house. Repeat. I check the weather before I leave the house. Today, the sky is cloudy. It may rain later, so you take an umbrella. Listen. It may rain later. So I take an umbrella, repeat. It may rain later. So I take an umbrella, repeat. The word may shows that something is possible. You can say, it may rain later. I may be late. I may go to the store after work. Practice. It may be cold outside. I may need a jacket. I may take the bus today. Now, imagine that it is very sunny and hot. You may say, it is hot and sunny, so I do not need a jacket. Repeat. It's hot and sunny, so I don't need a jacket. If it is cold, you can say, it is chilly this morning, so I put on a warm coat. Practice. It's chilly this morning. I need a warm coat. The word chilly means a little cold. It is not freezing, but it is cool enough to need warm clothes. Now it is time to leave home. You put on your shoes, pick up your bag, and walk to the door. Listen. I put on my shoes and pick up my bag. Repeat. I put on my shoes and pick up my bag. The phrase pick up means to lift or take something. You can pick up your bag, pick up your phone, or pick up a package. Now, you turn off the lights and make sure the windows are closed. Listen. I turn off the lights and check the windows. Repeat. I turn off the lights and check the windows. You may also check the stove, lock the door, and make sure everything is safe. Practice. The stove is off. The windows are closed. The lights are off. The door is locked. Now, say it as one sentence. I check the stove, close the windows, turn off the lights, and lock the door. Again, I check the stove, close the windows, turn off the lights, and lock the door. Sometimes you may leave home in a hurry. You grab your bag, rush out the door, and forget to check something. You may say, I am in a hurry, but I need to make sure the door is locked. Practice. I'm in a hurry, but I need to make sure the door is locked. The phrase make sure means to check that something is correct, safe, or complete. You can say, make sure you have your keys. Make sure the stove is off. Make sure the door is locked. Listen and practice. Make sure you have your phone. Make sure you have your phone. Make sure you have your phone. Make sure you lock the door. Now, let's practice the complete routine from breakfast to leaving home. I make breakfast and sit at the table to eat. After I finish, I wash the dishes, wipe the table, and put the food away. Then I check my bag and make sure I have my phone, wallet, keys, and lunch. I check the weather, put on my shoes, turn off the lights, and lock the door. Now, I am ready to leave. Shadow it slowly. I make breakfast and sit at the table to eat. After I finish, I wash the dishes, wipe the table, and put the food away. Then I check my bag and make sure I have my phone, wallet, keys, and lunch. I check the weather, put on my shoes, turn off the lights, and lock the door. Now, I am ready to leave. Now, imagine that you live in an apartment building. You walk down the hallway and wait for the elevator. Listen. I walk down the hallway and press the elevator button. Repeat. I walk down the hallway and press the elevator button. If the elevator takes too long, you may decide to use the stairs. You can say, the elevator is taking too long. I will take the stairs. Practice naturally. The elevator is taking too long. I'll take the stairs. Now, you enter the elevator. Another person is already inside. You may smile and say, good morning. Listen, good morning. How are you today? A simple answer is, I'm doing well. Thank you. How about you? Practice both sides. Good morning. How are you today? I'm doing well. Thank you. How about you? This is a common and polite morning conversation. You do not need to give a long answer. You can say, I'm good. Thanks. I'm doing well. I'm a little tired, but I'm okay. Practice. I'm good. Thanks. I'm doing well. I'm a little tired, but I'm okay. The elevator reaches the ground floor. You step outside and begin your trip. Listen. I leave the building and walk toward the bus stop. Repeat. I leave the building and walk toward the bus stop. You may travel by bus, train, subway, car, bicycle, or on foot. The way you travel is called your transportation. You can say, I take the bus to work. I drive to work. I ride my bike. I walk to the train station. Practice. I take the bus to work. I drive to work. I walk to the station. I ride my bike when the weather is nice. Now, imagine that you take the bus. You walk to the bus stop and check the time. Listen. I arrive at the bus stop and check the schedule. Repeat. I arrive at the bus stop and check the schedule. The bus is supposed to arrive at 8:15, but it is not there yet. You may say, the bus is late today. I hope it comes soon. Practice. The bus is late today. I hope it comes soon. The phrase, I hope, means that you want something to happen. You can say, I hope the bus comes soon. I hope it does not rain. I hope I arrive on time. Listen and repeat. I hope the bus comes soon. I hope I'm not late. I hope traffic is not too heavy. A few minutes later, the bus arrives. You get on and pay the fare. Listen. The bus arrives, and I get on. Repeat. The bus arrives, and I get on. Get on is used for buses, trains, airplanes, and bicycles. We say, get on the bus, get on the train, get on the plane, get on the bike. For cars and taxis, we usually say, get in. Listen. I get in the car. I get in a taxi. Practice the difference. I get on the bus. I get on the train. I get in the car. I get in a taxi. Now, you find a seat near the window. You sit down and place your bag on your lap. Listen. I find an empty seat and sit by the window. Repeat. I find an empty seat and sit by the window. The bus begins moving. You look outside and watch the streets, stores, houses, and people. You may say, the bus is crowded this morning. There are many people on it. Practice. The bus is crowded this morning. There are many people on it. The word crowded means full of people. A bus can be crowded. A train can be crowded. A store can be crowded. Listen, the train is crowded during rush hour. The coffee shop is crowded in the morning. The street is crowded today. Now, imagine that there are no empty seats. You need to stand and hold the rail. You can say, there are no seats available, so I have to stand. Practice. There are no seats available, so I have to stand. The phrase have to means something is necessary. You can say, I have to go to work. I have to catch the bus. I have to stand because there are no seats. Now a person gets on the bus and asks, is this seat taken? You can answer, no, it is available. Please sit down. Practice the conversation. Is this seat taken? No, it's available. Please sit down. If someone is sitting there, you can say, yes, someone is sitting there. Now, imagine that you are not sure where to get off. You ask the driver a polite question. Listen, excuse me, does this bus stop near Main Street? A helpful answer might be, yes, it does. It is about 5 stops from here. Practice. Excuse me, does this bus stop near Main Street? Yes, it does. It's about 5 stops from here. The phrase excuse me is useful when you want to get someone's attention politely. You can say, excuse me, is this seat free? Excuse me, where is the station? Excuse me, does this bus go downtown? Practice. Excuse me, does this bus go downtown? Excuse me, where should I get off? Excuse me, is this the right stop? Now, you listen carefully to the stop announcements. Your stop is coming soon. Listen, my stop is next, so I need to get ready. Repeat, my stop is next, so I need to get ready. You pick up your bag and move closer to the door. When the bus stops, you get off. Practice. I pick up my bag, I move toward the door. The bus stops, and I get off. Get off is the opposite of get on. We say, get off the bus, get off the train, get off the plane. Now, listen to the complete bus trip. I walk to the bus stop and check the schedule. The bus is a few minutes late, but it arrives soon. I get on, pay the fare, and find a seat by the window. The bus is crowded. So many people are standing. I listen for my stop, pick up my bag, and get off near my workplace. Shadow it with me. I walk to the bus stop and check the schedule. The bus is a few minutes late, but it arrives soon. I get on, pay the fare, and find a seat by the window. The bus is crowded. So many people are standing. I listen for my stop, pick up my bag, and get off near my workplace. Now, answer these questions in full sentences. How do you usually travel to work, school, or other places? You can say, I usually take the bus. I usually drive. I usually walk. How long does your trip take? You can say, my trip takes about 20 minutes, or, it takes almost an hour. Is public transportation crowded in your area? Answer, yes, it is often crowded. Or, no, it is usually quiet. What do you do during your trip? You can say, I listen to music, I look out the window, I check my messages, I read a book. Now, create your own short travel practice exercise. Here is an example. I usually leave home at 8 o'clock. I walk to the bus stop, which is 5 minutes from my apartment. The bus usually arrives on time. I get on, find a seat, and listen to music during the trip. My ride takes about 30 minutes. Then I get off near my workplace and walk for another 5 minutes. Now, speak about your own routine. Start with, I usually leave home at. Take your time, use simple sentences. You can say, I leave home at 7:30. I drive to work. The trip takes 20 minutes. Traffic is sometimes heavy. I listen to the radio while I drive. Now, let's review the useful sentences with me. I prepare breakfast. I cook eggs and make toast. I pour juice into a glass. I check my schedule. I wash the dishes. I put the food away. I pack my lunch. I check my bag. I have my phone, wallet, and keys. I check the weather. I put on my shoes. I lock the door. I walk to the bus stop. I get on the bus. I find a seat. I listen for my stop. And I get off near my destination. Now, shadow the full sequence with a natural rhythm. I prepare breakfast, eat at the table, and check my schedule. After breakfast, I wash the dishes and clean the kitchen. I pack my lunch and make sure I have my phone, wallet, and keys. Then I check the weather, put on my shoes, and leave home. I walk to the bus stop, get on the bus, and find a seat. When I reach my stop, I pick up my bag and get off. One more time, a little more slowly. I prepare breakfast, eat at the table, and check my schedule. After breakfast, I wash the dishes and clean the kitchen. I pack my lunch and make sure I have my phone, wallet, and keys. Then I check the weather, put on my shoes, and leave home. I walk to the bus stop, get on the bus, and find a seat. When I reach my stop, I pick up my bag and get off. Now, take a slow breath and say this final practice exercise with confidence. My morning routine helps me prepare for the day. I eat breakfast, clean the kitchen, check my plans, and pack the things I need. Before I leave home, I make sure everything is safe. Then I begin my trip. Some mornings are calm and other mornings are busy, but I try to stay organized and arrive on time. After you get off the bus, you begin walking toward your workplace, school, or another place where you need to spend the morning. The streets may be busy. Cars move through traffic. People walk quickly. Some people carry coffee. Others look at their phones. You take a steady breath and continue walking. Listen carefully. I get off the bus and walk toward my workplace. Now, say it slowly. I get off the bus and walk toward my workplace. One more time, I get off the bus and walk toward my workplace. You may need to cross the street. Before you cross, you stop at the corner and look both ways. Listen. I stop at the corner and wait for the light to change. Repeat. I stop at the corner and wait for the light to change. When the light changes, you walk across the street carefully. You do not run. You watch for cars and bicycles. Practice. The light changes. I look both ways, and I cross the street carefully. The phrase "look both ways" means to look to the left and to the right before crossing. Listen. Always look both ways before you cross the street. Now, repeat. Always look both ways before you cross the street. You arrive at the building and open the door. You may greet a receptionist, a security guard, a coworker, a teacher, or another person. Listen. Good morning. How is your day going? A simple answer is, it is going well. Thank you. How about yours? Practice both sides. Good morning. How is your day going? It's going well. Thank you. How about yours? You can also answer, it is going well. So far, I am doing fine. I am a little tired, but I am ready for the day. Practice. It's going well so far. I'm doing fine. I'm a little tired, but I'm ready for the day. The phrase "so far" means until this moment. You can say, my day is going well so far. The weather is nice so far. Everything is okay so far. Now, you walk to your desk, classroom, or work area. You put your bag down and take off your coat. Listen. I put my bag under the desk and take off my coat. Repeat. I put my bag under the desk and take off my coat. You may place your phone, notebook, water bottle, and other things on the desk. Practice. I put my phone on the desk. I take out my notebook. I fill my water bottle, and I get ready to begin. The phrase take out means to remove something from a bag, pocket, drawer, or container. Listen. I take out my notebook. I take out my phone. I take out my lunch. Now, imagine that you work in an office. You turn on your computer and wait for it to start. Listen. I turn on my computer and check my email. Repeat. I turn on my computer and check my email. You may have several new messages. Some are important, others can wait. You can say, I have 5 new emails. I need to answer the most important one first. Practice. I have 5 new emails. I need to answer the most important one first. The word important means something needs your attention. You may have an important message, an important meeting, or an important task. Listen. This email is important. I need to read it carefully. Repeat. This email is important. I need to read it carefully. You open the email and read it slowly. Then you begin writing a reply. Listen. I read the message and write a short reply. Repeat. I read the message and write a short reply. You may write, Good morning. Thank you for your message. I will send the information today. Practice slowly. Good morning. Thank you for your message. I will send the information today. Now, imagine that you do not understand the message. You may ask someone for help. Listen. Excuse me. Can you help me understand this email? A helpful answer may be, Of course. Let me take a look. Practice the conversation. Excuse me. Can you help me understand this email? Of course. Let me take a look. The phrase take a look means to look at something for a short time. You can say, Let me take a look at the message. Let me take a look at your schedule. Let me take a look at the problem. Practice. Let me take a look. I think I can help. This message is asking for a report. Now, you understand the task. You need to finish a report before lunch. Listen. I need to finish this report before lunch. Repeat. I need to finish this report before lunch. You begin working. You read information, write notes, and check your work. Practice. I read the information. I write some notes. I check my work, and I save the file. To save a file means to keep the work on the computer. Listen. I save the file every few minutes. Repeat. I save the file every few minutes. Sometimes the computer may be slow. You click on something, but nothing happens. You may say, My computer is running slowly today. Practice. My computer is running slowly today. I need to wait a moment. The phrase wait a moment means wait for a short time. You can also say, Just a moment, please. Give me a moment. I will be ready in a moment. Now, imagine that the internet stops working. You may say, The internet is not working. I cannot open the website. Practice naturally. The internet isn't working. I can't open the website. You may ask a coworker, Is the internet working for you? The coworker may answer, No, it is not working for me either. Practice. Is the internet working for you? No, it isn't working for me either. The word either is useful in a negative sentence. Listen. I cannot open the website. I cannot open it either. The printer is not working. My computer is not working either. A few minutes later, the internet starts working again. You can say, It is working again. Now, I can continue. Practice. It's working again. Now, I can continue. Now, imagine that your morning is busy. You have several tasks to complete. You need to answer emails, make a phone call, update a document, and attend a meeting. Listen. I have several things to do this morning. Repeat. I have several things to do this morning. You can say, First, I will answer my emails. Then I will make a phone call. After that, I will update the document. Finally, I will attend the meeting. Practice slowly. First, I'll answer my emails. Then I'll make a phone call. After that, I'll update the document. Finally, I'll attend the meeting. These words help you explain the order of your activities. First, then, after that, finally, now. Practice with a simple daily routine. First, I wake up. Then I take a shower. After that, I eat breakfast. Finally, I leave home. Now, use the same pattern for your morning work. First, I check my schedule. Then I answer my messages. After that, I begin my main task. Finally, I review my work. You may need to call someone. You pick up the phone and dial the number. Listen, I need to make a quick phone call. Repeat, I need to make a quick phone call. When the person answers, you may say, "Hello, this is Emma. May I speak with Daniel, please?" The other person may say, "One moment, please. I will connect you." Practice. "Hello, this is Emma. May I speak with Daniel, please?" "One moment, please. I'll connect you." If Daniel is not available, the person may say, "I am sorry, but he is in a meeting right now. You can answer." "That is okay. Can I leave a message?" Practice. "I'm sorry, but he's in a meeting right now." "That's okay. Can I leave a message?" To leave a message means to give information for another person to receive later. You may say, "Please ask him to call me when he is available." Repeat, "Please ask him to call me when he is available." Now, imagine that you receive a phone call. You answer and say, "Hello, this is Emma speaking." The caller says, "Hi, Emma, do you have a few minutes?" You answer, "Yes, I do. How can I help?" Practice the conversation. "Hello, this is Emma speaking." "Hi, Emma, do you have a few minutes?" "Yes, I do. How can I help?" The caller explains a small problem. You listen carefully and take notes. Listen, I listen carefully and write down the important information. Repeat, I listen carefully and write down the important information. The phrase write down means to write something so you do not forget it. You can write down a phone number, an address, a name, or a reminder. Practice. I write down the phone number. I write down the address. I write down the time of the meeting. Now, the call ends. You may say, "Thank you for calling. I will take care of it today." Repeat, "Thank you for calling. I'll take care of it today." The phrase take care of it means to handle or complete a task. Listen, do not worry. I will take care of it. I need to take care of this problem. She will take care of the appointment. Now, it is almost time for a meeting. You check the time and gather your notes. Listen, the meeting starts in 10 minutes. Repeat, the meeting starts in 10 minutes. You may say, "I need to finish this email before the meeting starts." Practice, "I need to finish this email before the meeting starts." Then you pick up your notebook and walk to the meeting room. Listen, I bring my notebook and sit near the table. Repeat, I bring my notebook and sit near the table. Other people enter the room. Someone says, "Good morning, everyone. Let's begin." You listen carefully as the meeting starts. The speaker talks about the day's plans, a current project, or an upcoming deadline. Listen, we need to finish this project by Friday. Repeat, we need to finish this project by Friday. A deadline is the final date or time for completing something. You can say, "The deadline is Friday. I need more time before the deadline. We are working hard to meet the deadline." Practice. The deadline is Friday. We need to finish on time. We cannot miss the deadline. Someone asks for your opinion. The person says, "Emma, what do you think?" You can answer, "I think the plan is clear. We just need to manage our time carefully." Practice. Emma, what do you think? I think the plan is clear. We just need to manage our time carefully. You do not need to use difficult English to share an opinion. You can say, I think this is a good idea. I agree with the plan. I have one small question. I am not sure about this part. Listen and repeat. I think this is a good idea. I agree with the plan. I have one small question. I'm not sure about this part. If you do not understand something, you can ask politely, could you explain that again, please? Practice. Could you explain that again, please? You can also say, could you speak a little more slowly, please? Could you give me an example? What does that mean? Practice. Could you speak a little more slowly, please? Could you give me an example? What does that mean? These are useful questions for work, classes, appointments, and many other situations. Asking for clarification is a normal part of communication. Now, the meeting is ending, the speaker says. Thank you, everyone. Let's meet again next week. You return to your desk and continue working. Listen. After the meeting, I go back to my desk and continue my work. Repeat. After the meeting, I go back to my desk and continue my work. You check your notes and begin the next task. You may feel focused, tired, confused, or confident. Listen. I feel focused this morning. Repeat. I feel focused this morning. Now, practice different feelings. I feel busy. I feel calm. I feel tired. I feel confident. I feel a little stressed. The word stressed means worried or under pressure. You may feel stressed when you have too much work, when you are late, or when you have a problem. Listen, I have a lot to do, so I feel a little stressed. Repeat. I have a lot to do, so I feel a little stressed. What can you do when you feel stressed? You can pause, take a breath, make a list, and complete one task at a time. Practice. I stop for a moment. I take a slow breath. I check my list, and I focus on one task. The phrase one task at a time means you do not try to do everything at once. Listen. I cannot do everything at once. I will complete one task at a time. Repeat. I can't do everything at once. I'll complete one task at a time. Now, imagine that a coworker asks you for help. The coworker says, Emma, could you help me with this document? You may answer, sure, what do you need help with? Practice. Emma, could you help me with this document? Sure, what do you need help with? The coworker says, I cannot find the correct file. You answer, let's look for it together. Practice. I can't find the correct file. Let's look for it together. You check the folder, search the computer, and find the document. You say, here it is. It was in the wrong folder. The coworker says, thank you. I really appreciate your help. You answer, you are welcome. I am glad I could help. Practice the full conversation. Here it is. It was in the wrong folder. Thank you. I really appreciate your help. You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. The phrase, I appreciate your help, is a polite way to thank someone. You can also say, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your support. Now, imagine that you make a small mistake. Maybe you type the wrong number, send the wrong file, or forget to add some information. You notice the problem and say, I made a small mistake. I need to fix it. Practice. I made a small mistake. I need to fix it. To fix a mistake means to correct it. You can say, I typed the wrong date. I attached the wrong file. I forgot to add the address. Listen and repeat. I typed the wrong date. I attached the wrong file. I forgot to add the address. You correct the mistake and send the right information. You may say, I am sorry about the mistake. Here is the correct file. Practice. I'm sorry about the mistake. Here is the correct file. A polite apology does not need to be long. You can say, I am sorry. That was my mistake. Thank you for letting me know. I will correct it now. Practice. I'm sorry. That was my mistake. Thank you for letting me know. I'll correct it now. Now, let's practice a complete morning at work conversations. I arrive at work at 9 o'clock. I put my bag under my desk and turn on my computer. First, I check my schedule and read my new emails. Then I answer an important message and begin working on a report. Later, I make a phone call and attend a short meeting. After the meeting, I return to my desk, check my notes, and continue my work. The morning is busy, but I complete one task at a time. Now, shadow it slowly. I arrive at work at 9 o'clock. I put my bag under my desk and turn on my computer. First, I check my schedule and read my new emails. Then I answer an important message and begin working on a report. Later, I make a phone call and attend a short meeting. After the meeting, I return to my desk, check my notes, and continue my work. The morning is busy, but I complete one task at a time. Now, let's practice a version for someone who studies or attends a class. I arrive a few minutes early and find a seat. I take out my notebook, pen, and textbook. When the class begins, I listen carefully and write down important information. If I do not understand something, I ask a question. During the lesson, I complete a short exercise and check my answers. Before I leave, I write down the homework and make sure I understand the instructions. Shadow it with me. I arrive a few minutes early and find a seat. I take out my notebook, pen, and textbook. When the class begins, I listen carefully and write down important information. If I don't understand something, I ask a question. During the lesson, I complete a short exercise and check my answers. Before I leave, I write down the homework and make sure I understand the instructions. Now, answer a few questions about your own morning activities. What time do you usually begin work or study? You can say, I usually begin at 8:30, or I start at 9 o'clock. What is the first thing you do? You can say, the first thing I do is check my email. The first thing I do is look at my schedule. The first thing I do is open my notebook. Do you have meetings or classes in the morning? Answer, yes. I often have a meeting in the morning. Or, no, my mornings are usually quiet. How do you feel when you have a lot to do? You can say, I feel busy. I feel stressed. I try to stay calm and organized. What do you do when you do not understand something? Answer, I ask a question. I ask someone to explain it again. I look for more information. Now, speak about your own morning. Start with, after I arrive, You can say, after I arrive, I put down my bag and check my schedule. Then I begin my first task. I answer messages, read information, and make notes. If I need help, I ask someone a question. I try to work carefully and finish my most important task before lunch. Now, it is late morning, and you begin to feel a little hungry or tired. You check the time and realize that lunch is getting closer. Listen, it is almost lunchtime. Repeat, it is almost lunchtime. You may say, I am getting hungry. I need a short break. I have been sitting for a long time. Practice. I'm getting hungry. I need a short break. I've been sitting for a long time. You stand up, stretch your back, and walk to get some water. Listen, I stand up, stretch, and refill my water bottle. Repeat. I stand up, stretch, and refill my water bottle. To refill means to fill something again. You can refill a cup, a bottle, or a container. Practice. I refill my water bottle. I take a few sips, and I return to my desk. A sip is a small amount of liquid that you drink. Listen, I take a sip of water. Repeat, I take a sip of water. You may talk with a coworker or classmate for a few minutes. The other person asks, how is your morning going? You answer, it is going well, but I am ready for a break. Practice. How is your morning going? It's going well, but I'm ready for a break. You may ask, "What are you having for lunch today?" The other person answers, "I brought a sandwich and some fruit." Practice. What are you having for lunch today? I brought a sandwich and some fruit. Now, imagine that you forgot your lunch at home. You may say, "I forgot my lunch this morning. I will need to buy something." Practice. I forgot my lunch this morning. I'll need to buy something. You might go to a nearby cafe, restaurant, cafeteria, or grocery store. You may ask someone, "Do you want to get lunch together?" The person answers, "Sure. Where would you like to go?" You say, "There is a small cafe across the street." Practice the conversation. "Do you want to get lunch together?" "Sure. Where would you like to go?" "There's a small cafe across the street." Before leaving, you save your work and close the document. Listen, I save my work before I take a break. Repeat, I save my work before I take a break. Then you stand up, pick up your wallet or phone, and walk toward the door. Practice. I finish my task. I save my work. I pick up my phone. And I go to lunch. Now, let's review the main expressions with me. I arrive at work. I put my bag under the desk. I turn on my computer. I check my email. I write a reply. I make a phone call. I attend a meeting. I take notes. I ask a question. I make a mistake. I correct the mistake. I help a coworker. I finish a task. I take a short break. And I get ready for lunch. Now, shadow the complete sequence. I arrive, put down my bag, and get ready for the morning. I check my schedule, answer my messages, and begin my first task. I make a phone call, attend a meeting, and write down important information. If I do not understand something, I ask for help. If I make a mistake, I correct it. I take a short break, drink some water, and continue working until lunchtime. One more time, more slowly. I arrive, put down my bag, and get ready for the morning. I check my schedule, answer my messages, and begin my first task. I make a phone call, attend a meeting, and write down important information. If I don't understand something, I ask for help. If I make a mistake, I correct it. I take a short break, drink some water, and continue working until lunchtime. Now, take a calm breath and speak this final conversations with confidence. My morning may be busy, but I can communicate clearly and complete my tasks step by step. I can greet people, ask questions, answer messages, make phone calls, and share simple ideas. I do not need perfect English to communicate. I only need clear words, useful sentences, and regular practice. Each time I listen and speak, I become more comfortable using English in daily life. It is now lunchtime. You have finished your morning tasks, and you are ready to take a break. You may eat the lunch you brought from home, visit a cafeteria, order food from a small restaurant, or walk to a nearby cafe. Listen carefully. It is lunchtime, so I stop working and take a break. Now, say it slowly. It is lunchtime, so I stop working and take a break. One more time. It is lunchtime, so I stop working and take a break. A break is a short period of rest. You can take a coffee break, a lunch break, or a short break from work or study. Practice. I need a short break. I take my lunch break at noon. I feel better after a few minutes of rest. Now, imagine that you brought lunch from home. You walk to the break room, open the refrigerator, and take out your lunch bag. Listen. I take my lunch out of the refrigerator and sit at the table. Repeat. I take my lunch out of the refrigerator and sit at the table. You open the bag and look inside. You packed a sandwich, an apple, a small container of salad, and a bottle of water. Practice. I brought a sandwich, an apple, a small salad, and a bottle of water. The word brought is the past form of bring. Listen to the difference. I bring my lunch to work every day. I brought my lunch today. Practice. I bring coffee from home. I brought coffee this morning. I bring a water bottle. I brought a water bottle today. Now, you take the food out of the bag. You may need to heat something in the microwave. Listen. I put my food in the microwave and heat it for 1 minute. Repeat. I put my food in the microwave and heat it for 1 minute. You press a few buttons and wait. When the microwave stops, you open the door carefully. The container may be hot. You can say, "Be careful. The container is hot." Practice. The food is hot. The container is hot. I need to carry it carefully. Maybe the food is not warm enough. You touch the container and say, "It is still a little cold. I need to heat it for another 30 seconds." Repeat, "It's still a little cold. I need to heat it for another 30 seconds." Now, you sit down and begin eating. A coworker or classmate sits near you. The person says, "That smells good. What are you having?" You answer, "I am having rice, vegetables, and chicken." Practice the conversation. "That smells good. What are you having?" "I'm having rice, vegetables, and chicken." You can ask, "What did you bring for lunch?" The other person may answer, "I brought pasta and some fruit." Practice, "What did you bring for lunch?" "I brought pasta and some fruit." You may talk about food preferences. Listen. I like simple homemade food. Repeat. I like simple homemade food. Homemade food is food prepared at home. You can say, "I usually bring homemade food." Homemade meals are often less expensive. I enjoy cooking at home. Practice. I like homemade meals. I usually prepare lunch the night before. It saves time in the morning. Now, imagine that your food needs more flavor. You might add salt, pepper, or a little sauce. Listen. This needs a little more salt. Repeat. This needs a little more salt. You could also say, "The food is delicious. The soup is too salty. The vegetables are fresh. The sandwich is filling." The word filling means that the food makes you feel full and satisfied. Practice. This sandwich is filling. The salad is fresh. The soup is warm. The meal tastes good. Now, imagine that you did not bring lunch. You walk to a cafe with another person. When you enter, you look at the menu. Listen. I look at the menu and decide what to order. Repeat. I look at the menu and decide what to order. A menu is a list of food and drinks available at a restaurant or cafe. You may see sandwiches, soups, salads, burgers, pasta, desserts, and drinks. You can say, "There are many choices on the menu. I am not sure what to order." Practice. There are many choices. Everything looks good. I'm not sure what to order. A worker comes to the counter and says, "Hi, what can I get for you?" You answer, "I would like a chicken sandwich, please." Practice both sides. "Hi, what can I get for you?" "I'd like a chicken sandwich, please." "I would like" is a polite way to ask for food, drinks, or services. In natural speech, we often say, "I'd like." Listen. I would like a cup of tea. I'd like a cup of tea. I would like a salad. I'd like a salad. Practice. I'd like a chicken sandwich. I'd like a small salad. I'd like a bottle of water. The worker asks, "Would you like anything else?" You answer, "Yes, I would like a small coffee." Or, "No, thank you. That is all." Practice. Would you like anything else? No, thank you. That's all. The worker may ask, "Is that for here or to go?" For here means you will eat inside. To go means you will take the food somewhere else. You can answer, "For here, please," or "To go, please." Practice. Is that for here or to go? For here, please. Now, imagine that you want to change part of your order. You do not want onions on your sandwich. You can say, Could I have the sandwich without onions, please? Repeat. Could I have the sandwich without onions, please? You may also say, could I have the dressing on the side? Could I have water instead of soda? Could you make the coffee less sweet? Practice. Could I have the dressing on the side? Could I have water instead of soda? Could you make the coffee less sweet? The phrase on the side means that something comes in a separate small container. The word instead means in place of something else. Listen. I would like fruit instead of chips. Repeat. I'd like fruit instead of chips. Now, the worker tells you the price. You pay by card or with cash. The worker may say, your total is £8.50. You answer, here you go. Practice. Your total is £8.50. Here you go. The worker gives you a receipt and says, your order will be ready soon. You answer, thank you. A receipt is a small paper or digital record that shows what you bought and how much you paid. Listen. I put the receipt in my pocket. Repeat. I put the receipt in my pocket. You wait near the counter. A few minutes later, someone calls your name. The worker says, Emma, your order is ready. You pick up the tray and say, thank you very much. Practice. Emma, your order is ready. Thank you very much. You carry the tray to a table and sit down. Before eating, you check the order. Everything looks correct. You may say, this looks good. I am ready to eat. Practice. This looks good. The order is correct. I'm ready to eat. Now, imagine that something is missing. You ordered a drink, but it is not on the tray. You can return to the counter and say, excuse me, I think my drink is missing. The worker may answer, I am sorry about that. I will get it for you. Practice. Excuse me. I think my drink is missing. I'm sorry about that. I'll get it for you. Perhaps the sandwich is not what you ordered. You can say, excuse me. I ordered the chicken sandwich, but this is a tuna sandwich. Practice slowly. Excuse me. I ordered the chicken sandwich, but this is a tuna sandwich. A polite response may be, I apologize. We will replace it right away. You can answer, thank you. I appreciate it. Practice. I apologize. We'll replace it right away. Thank you. I appreciate it. The word replace means to take away the incorrect or damaged item and give another one. Now, listen to a complete cafe conversation. Hi, what can I get for you? I'd like a chicken sandwich and a small coffee, please. Would you like anything else? No, thank you. That's all. Is that for here or to go? For here, please. Your total is £8.50. Here you go. Thank you. Your order will be ready soon. Now, practice the conversation again with a natural rhythm. Hi, what can I get for you? I'd like a chicken sandwich and a small coffee, please. Would you like anything else? No, thank you. That's all. Is that for here or to go? For here, please. Your total is £8.50. Here you go. Thank you. Now, answer a few questions. What do you usually eat for lunch? You can say, I usually eat rice and vegetables. I usually have a sandwich. I often bring leftovers from home. Leftovers are food from a previous meal that you save and eat later. Practice. I brought leftovers for lunch. We had pasta last night, so I brought the rest today. Do you prefer to bring lunch or buy lunch? You can answer, I prefer to bring lunch from home, or I usually buy something near work. What drink do you have with lunch? You can say, I usually drink water. I sometimes have tea. I occasionally order juice. Who do you usually eat lunch with? Answer, I usually eat with my coworkers. I eat alone. I eat with a friend. Now, create a short practice exercise about your lunch routine. Here is an example. I usually take my lunch break at 12:30. I bring food from home because it is convenient and less expensive. I heat my food in the microwave and sit with a coworker. We talk about our morning and our plans for the afternoon. After lunch, I wash my container, refill my water bottle, and return to work. Practice slowly. I usually take my lunch break at 12:30. I bring food from home because it's convenient and less expensive. I heat my food in the microwave and sit with a coworker. We talk about our morning and our plans for the afternoon. After lunch, I wash my container, refill my water bottle, and return to work. Your lunch break is almost over. You clean your table, throw away any trash, and put your things back in your bag. Listen. I clean the table and throw away the trash. Repeat. I clean the table and throw away the trash. Throw away means to put something in the trash because you do not need it anymore. Practice. I throw away the empty cup. I recycle the bottle. I put my container back in my bag. Now, you return to your desk or study area. The afternoon may feel different from the morning. You may have less energy after lunch. You may feel sleepy or have difficulty concentrating. Listen. I feel a little sleepy after lunch. Repeat. I feel a little sleepy after lunch. You can also say, I am having trouble concentrating. I need to wake myself up. I need some fresh air. Practice. I'm having trouble concentrating. I need to move around. I need a glass of water. To concentrate means to give your full attention to something. You may say, it is hard to concentrate when I am tired. I turn off notifications so I can concentrate. Listen. I turn off my phone notifications and focus on my work. Repeat. I turn off my phone notifications and focus on my work. Now, imagine that you have several afternoon tasks. You check your list and choose the most important one. Listen. I check my task list and decide what to do next. Repeat. I check my task list and decide what to do next. Your list may include sending a document, calling a customer, completing an exercise, reviewing notes, or preparing for tomorrow. You can say, I need to finish 2 more tasks before I leave. Practice. I need to finish 2 more tasks. I have enough time. I'll begin with the most important one. You open a document and continue writing. After a few minutes, someone sends you a message. The message says, Are you available for a quick discussion? You can answer, Yes, I am available now. Or, I am finishing something. Can we talk in 10 minutes? Practice. Are you available for a quick discussion? I'm finishing something. Can we talk in 10 minutes? The phrase available means free and able to do something. You can say, I am available after lunch. I am not available right now. What time are you available? Listen and practice. Are you available at 3? Yes, I'm available. No, I have a meeting at that time. A few minutes later, you meet the person. They explain that there is a problem with a task. The person says, We need to make a small change to this document. You answer, Okay. What needs to be changed? Practice. We need to make a small change to this document. Okay. What needs to be changed? The person says, The date is incorrect, and we need to add 1 more paragraph. You answer, I understand. I can update it this afternoon. Practice. The date is incorrect, and we need to add 1 more paragraph. I understand. I can update it this afternoon. The word update means to add new or correct information. You can update a document, a schedule, an app, or a person. Listen. I will update the document. I will update my calendar. I will keep you updated. Practice. I'll update the document. I'll update the schedule. I'll let you know when it's finished. The phrase let you know means to tell someone information later. You can say, I will let you know when I am ready. Please let me know if anything changes. Let me know what time works for you. Practice. I'll let you know when it's finished. Please let me know if you need help. Let me know if the plan changes. You return to your desk and make the changes. You correct the date, add the paragraph, and read the document again. Listen. I make the changes and review the document carefully. Repeat. I make the changes and review the document carefully. To review means to look at something again to check it. You can review a document, review your notes, review your answers, or review your plans. Practice, I review my work. I check for mistakes. I make sure everything is correct. When the document is ready, you send it. You may write, the updated document is attached. Please let me know if you need any other changes. Practice. The updated document is attached. Please let me know if you need any other changes. The person replies, thank you. This looks great. You answer, you are welcome. I am glad it is ready. Practice. Thank you. This looks great. You're welcome. I'm glad it's ready. Now, imagine that you need a short afternoon break. You have been sitting for a long time, so you stand up and stretch. Listen, I have been sitting for too long, so I stand up and move around. Repeat. I have been sitting for too long, so I stand up and move around. You walk to the window, take a few deep breaths, or go outside for 5 minutes. Practice. I step outside, I get some fresh air, I take a short walk, and I clear my mind. The phrase clear my mind means to relax and stop thinking about many things for a short time. Listen, a short walk helps me clear my mind. Repeat. A short walk helps me clear my mind. You may buy a cup of tea or coffee. At the counter, you say, could I have a medium coffee, please? The worker asks, would you like milk or sugar? You answer, just a little milk, please. No sugar. Practice. Could I have a medium coffee, please? Would you like milk or sugar? Just a little milk, please. No sugar. You return to your desk and continue the afternoon. The clock moves slowly. You finish one task and then another. Listen. I am making good progress. Repeat. I am making good progress. Progress means movement toward finishing or improving something. You can say, I am making progress on the report. My English is improving slowly. Small steps are still progress. Practice. I'm making good progress. I'm almost finished. I only have one task left. The phrase almost finished means very close to the end. Listen. I am almost finished with my work. Repeat. I'm almost finished with my work. Now, imagine that someone asks, how much longer will this take? You answer, it should take about 20 more minutes. Practice. How much longer will this take? It should take about 20 more minutes. You complete the final task and check it carefully. Then you save your work and update your task list. Listen. I finish my final task and check it off my list. Repeat. I finish my final task and check it off my list. To check something off means to mark it as complete. Practice. I finish the task, I check it off, and I move to the next one. The workday or study day is now coming to an end. You look at the clock and begin preparing to leave. Listen. It is almost time to go home. Repeat. It is almost time to go home. Before leaving, you organize your desk, save your files, and check tomorrow's schedule. Practice. I save my files, I close my computer, I organize my desk, and I check tomorrow's schedule. You may need to write a reminder for the next day. Listen. I write a reminder so I do not forget. Repeat. I write a reminder so I don't forget. Your reminder may say, call the customer at 10, bring the report, finish the final page, buy printer paper, now. Imagine that a coworker says, are you leaving now? You answer, yes. I just finished everything. Practice. Are you leaving now? Yes. I just finished everything. The person says, have a good evening. You answer, thank you. You too. See you tomorrow. Practice. Have a good evening. Thank you. You too. See you tomorrow. You put on your coat, pick up your bag, and make sure you have all your belongings. Listen. I check my desk before I leave. Repeat. I check my desk before I leave. Belongings are the personal things that belong to you, such as your phone, wallet, keys, bag, or jacket. Practice. I have my phone. I have my wallet. I have my keys. I didn't leave anything behind. The phrase leave something behind means to forget something in a place. Listen, I do not want to leave my phone behind. Repeat, I don't want to leave my phone behind. Now, you walk out of the building. You may feel tired, relieved, proud, or ready to relax. Listen, I finished my work, and now I am ready to go home. Repeat, I finished my work, and now I'm ready to go home. You may say, it was a busy day. I completed a lot of work. I am tired, but I feel satisfied. Practice. It was a busy day. I completed a lot of work. I'm tired, but I feel satisfied. The word satisfied means pleased because you completed something successfully or received what you needed. Now, let's practice the complete afternoon routine. After lunch, I return to my desk and check my task list. I feel a little tired, so I drink some water and focus on one task at a time. I update a document, answer a few messages, and make a short phone call. Later, I take a quick break and get some fresh air. When I return, I finish my final task, review my work, and prepare for the next day. Then I organize my desk, pick up my bag, and leave. Shadow it slowly. After lunch, I return to my desk and check my task list. I feel a little tired, so I drink some water and focus on one task at a time. I update a document, answer a few messages, and make a short phone call. Later, I take a quick break and get some fresh air. When I return, I finish my final task, review my work, and prepare for the next day. Then, I organize my desk, pick up my bag, and leave. Now, answer these questions in full sentences. What time do you usually eat lunch? You can say, I usually eat lunch at 1 o'clock. Do you bring food from home or buy it? Answer, I usually bring food from home. Or, I often buy lunch near work. How do you feel after lunch? You can say, I feel relaxed. I feel sleepy. I feel ready to continue. What do you usually do in the afternoon? You can say, I answer messages, finish tasks, attend meetings, or study. What do you do before leaving? Answer, I save my work, clean my desk, check my schedule, and pick up my belongings. Now, create your own short practice exercise. Start with, after lunch, you can say, after lunch, I return to my work and check what I need to finish. I usually have 2 or 3 tasks in the afternoon. Sometimes I feel tired, so I take a short break and drink water. Before I leave, I review my work and prepare for the next day. Then I pick up my things and go home. Now, let's review the main expressions with me. I take my lunch break. I heat my food. I order at the counter. I would like a sandwich. Is that for here or to go? My drink is missing. I return to work. I check my task list. I make a small change. I update the document. I take a short break. I finish my final task. I check it off my list. I organize my desk. And I leave for home. Now, shadow the complete sequence with a calm, natural rhythm. I stop for lunch and enjoy a short break. I eat, talk with another person, and relax for a few minutes. After lunch, I return to my tasks. I answer messages, update my work, and ask questions when necessary. I take a short break when I feel tired. At the end of the day, I finish my work, prepare for tomorrow, and make sure I have all my belongings before I leave. One more time, more slowly. I stop for lunch and enjoy a short break. I eat, talk with another person, and relax for a few minutes. After lunch, I return to my tasks. I answer messages, update my work, and ask questions when necessary. I take a short break when I feel tired. At the end of the day, I finish my work, prepare for tomorrow, and make sure I have all my belongings before I leave. Take a slow breath, relax your face and shoulders, and speak this final practice exercise with confidence. Daily life includes many small conversations and simple tasks. I can order food, ask for help, explain a problem, and respond politely. I can talk about my lunch, my work, my feelings, and my plans. I do not need to rush when I speak. I can listen carefully, use clear sentences, and give myself time to answer. Every daily situation gives me another chance to practice English. Now, the workday is over, and you begin your trip home. You step outside the building, look around, and think about the rest of your day. You may feel tired after working, studying, or completing errands, but your day is not finished yet. You still need to travel home, perhaps stop at a store, prepare dinner, and take care of a few evening tasks. Listen carefully. I leave work and begin my trip home. Now, say it slowly. I leave work and begin my trip home. One more time. I leave work and begin my trip home. The phrase trip home means the journey from your workplace, school, or another place back to your home. You can also say, I am on my way home. I am heading home now. I should be home soon. Practice. I'm on my way home. I'm heading home now. I should be home soon. Like the phrase on my way is very useful in everyday English. It means that you are traveling toward a place. Listen. I am on my way to work. I am on my way to the store. I am on my way home. Now. Practice naturally. I'm on my way to work. I'm on my way to the store. I'm on my way home. You walk toward the bus stop or train station. Many other people are also going home. The sidewalk is busy, and traffic is heavy. Listen. There is a lot of traffic this evening. Repeat. There is a lot of traffic this evening. You can say, the roads are busy, the buses are crowded, everyone seems to be in a hurry. Practice. The roads are busy, the buses are crowded, everyone seems to be in a hurry. The word seems means that something appears to be true. You can say, he seems tired. The store seems busy. It seems like it may rain. Listen and repeat. It seems like it may rain. The sky is getting dark. I'm glad I brought my umbrella. You arrive at the bus stop and wait. The bus does not come immediately, so you check the schedule on your phone. Listen. I check the schedule to see when the next bus will arrive. Repeat. I check the schedule to see when the next bus will arrive. The schedule says the bus will arrive in 8 minutes. You may say, the next bus comes in 8 minutes. I do not have to wait very long. Practice. The next bus comes in 8 minutes. I don't have to wait very long. While you wait, you may check your messages. A family member or friend has sent you a message. The message says, are you on your way home? You answer, yes. I just left work. I should be home around 6:30. Practice the exchange. Are you on your way home? Yes. I just left work. I should be home around 6:30. The word around can mean approximately. Listen. I will be home around 6:30. The meeting ends around 4. Dinner will be ready around 7. Practice. I'll be home around 6:30. I'll call you around 8. I usually go to bed around 10:30. Now, the bus arrives. You get on, pay the fare, and look for a seat. It is more crowded than it was in the morning. Listen. The bus is very crowded during the evening rush hour. Repeat. The bus is very crowded during the evening rush hour. Rush hour is the busy time when many people travel to or from work. Practice. Traffic is heavy during rush hour. The bus is crowded. The trip may take longer than usual. The phrase, longer than usual, means more time than is normal. Listen, the trip is taking longer than usual. Repeat, the trip is taking longer than usual. You may feel impatient, but you try to stay calm. You listen to music, look out the window, or close your eyes for a few minutes. Practice. I listen to quiet music. I look out the window. I try to relax during the ride. Now, imagine that the bus stops suddenly because of traffic. The driver makes an announcement. The driver says, "We are experiencing a short delay because of traffic." A delay means that something happens later than planned. Listen. The bus is delayed. The train is delayed. My flight is delayed. Practice. There is a short delay. We may arrive late. I need to be patient. You decide to send another message. You write, "Traffic is heavy, so I may be a little late." Practice. Traffic is heavy, so I may be a little late. A few stops later, several people get off and an empty seat becomes available. You may say, "A seat is free now. I can finally sit down." Practice. A seat is free now. I can finally sit down. The word finally shows that something happens after a long wait or effort. You can say, "The bus finally arrived. I finally finished my work. I am finally home. Now, your stop is getting close." You press the stop button. Pick up your bag and move toward the door. Listen, my stop is coming up, so I get ready to leave the bus. Repeat, my stop is coming up, so I get ready to leave the bus. The phrase coming up means that something will happen soon. You can say, "My birthday is coming up. The weekend is coming up. My stop is coming up." Practice. My stop is coming up. I need to get ready. I don't want to miss it. The bus stops, and you get off. You are not going directly home because you need a few groceries. There is a supermarket near the bus stop. Listen. I stop at the supermarket on my way home. Repeat. I stop at the supermarket on my way home. You may need milk, bread, fruit, vegetables, eggs, rice, or something for dinner. Listen. I need to pick up a few things for dinner. Repeat. I need to pick up a few things for dinner. In this sentence, pick up means to buy or get something. Practice. I need to pick up some milk. I need to pick up some bread. I need to pick up a few groceries. You enter the store and take a small basket. If you need many items, you may use a shopping cart. Listen. I take a basket because I only need a few things. Repeat. I take a basket because I only need a few things. The word only shows that the amount is small. You can say, I only need 3 items. I only have 10 minutes. I only want a small meal. You check the shopping list on your phone. Listen. My shopping list includes milk, bread, tomatoes, and chicken. Repeat. My shopping list includes milk, bread, tomatoes, and chicken. A shopping list helps you remember what you need. It can also help you avoid buying unnecessary things. Practice. I check my shopping list. I find each item, and I put it in my basket. You walk to the dairy section and look for milk. There are several sizes and types. You may say, I need a small carton of milk. Practice. I need a small carton of milk. This one is the right size. Next, you look for eggs. You open the carton carefully to make sure none of the eggs are broken. Listen. I check the eggs before I put them in my basket. Repeat. I check the eggs before I put them in my basket. You can say, 1 egg is cracked. I will choose a different carton. Practice. 1 egg is cracked. I'll choose a different carton. Now, you go to the produce section. Produce means fresh fruits and vegetables. Listen. I choose a few fresh tomatoes and 2 apples. Repeat. I choose a few fresh tomatoes and 2 apples. You may check whether the fruit is ripe. Ripe fruit is ready to eat. Practice. These bananas are ripe. These apples look fresh. The tomatoes are firm. The word firm means not too soft. It can be useful when describing fruit and vegetables. Now, you cannot find the rice. You look down several aisles, but you still do not see it. You ask a store employee, "Excuse me, where can I find the rice?" The employee answers, "It is in aisle 6, near the pasta." Practice. "Excuse me, where can I find the rice?" It's in aisle 6, near the pasta. An aisle is the space between shelves in a store. The aisles are often numbered. You can ask, "Which aisle is the cereal in?" "Where can I find the cooking oil?" "Do you have this in a larger size?" Practice. "Which aisle is the cereal in?" "Where can I find the cooking oil?" "Do you have this in a larger size?" Now, imagine that the item you want is not on the shelf. You can ask, "Do you have any more in the back?" The employee may answer, "Let me check for you." Practice. "Do you have any more in the back?" "Let me check for you." After a moment, the employee returns and says, "I am sorry, we are out of that item today." You answer, "That is okay. Thank you for checking." Practice. "I'm sorry, we're out of that item today." "That's okay. Thank you for checking." You choose a similar product instead. "Listen, they are out of my usual brand, so I choose a different one." Repeat. "They are out of my usual brand, so I choose a different one." The word brand means the company name connected to a product. Now, you have everything on your list. You walk to the checkout area and stand in line. Listen, I stand in line and wait for my turn. Repeat. I stand in line and wait for my turn. To wait your turn means to wait until it is time for you to receive service. Practice. The line is long, but it is moving quickly. I wait patiently for my turn. When you reach the register, the cashier greets you. The cashier says, "Hi, did you find everything you needed?" You answer, "Yes, I did. Thank you." Practice. "Did you find everything you needed?" "Yes, I did. Thank you." If you did not find something, you can say, "I found almost everything, but the store was out of rice." The cashier scans your items and places them near the bags. The cashier may ask, "Would you like a bag?" You answer, "Yes, please," or "No, thank you. I brought my own bag." Practice. "Would you like a bag?" "No, thank you. I brought my own." The cashier tells you the total. You pay with your card and wait for the payment to go through. Listen. I tap my card and wait for the payment to be approved. Repeat. I tap my card and wait for the payment to be approved. The cashier gives you the receipt. You say, "Thank you. Have a good evening." The cashier answers, "You too." Practice. "Thank you. Have a good evening." You too. Now, you put the groceries in your bag and leave the store. The bag feels a little heavy. Listen, my grocery bag is heavy, but my home is not far away. Repeat. My grocery bag is heavy, but my home is not far away. You walk carefully and arrive at your building. You may use your key, a code, or an entry card to open the main door. Practice. I unlock the main door. I enter the building, and I walk toward the elevator. When you reach your apartment or house, you unlock the door and step inside. Listen. I finally arrive home and unlock the door. Repeat. I finally arrive home and unlock the door. You may say, "I am home. It feels good to be back." Practice. I'm home. It feels good to be back. The first thing you do is put down your bag and take off your shoes. Listen. I put down my bags and take off my shoes. Repeat. I put down my bags and take off my shoes. You may hang up your coat and place your keys in their usual spot. Practice. I hang up my coat. I put my keys by the door. I place my bag on a chair. The phrase hang up means to place clothes on a hook or hanger. It can also mean to end a phone call, but here it means to place your coat neatly. Now, you carry the groceries to the kitchen. You put cold items in the refrigerator and dry items in the cabinet. Listen. I put the milk and eggs in the refrigerator. Repeat. I put the milk and eggs in the refrigerator. Practice. I put the bread in the cabinet. I put the fruit in a bowl. I put the chicken in the refrigerator. It is important to put groceries away soon, especially food that needs to stay cold. Now, you feel thirsty, so you pour yourself a glass of water. Listen. I pour a glass of water and take a few sips. Repeat. I pour a glass of water and take a few sips. You sit down for a moment and rest. You may check your phone or simply enjoy the quiet. Practice. I sit down, I take a deep breath, and I rest for a few minutes. You may say, I had a long day. I need a little time to relax. Practice. I had a long day. I need a little time to relax. The phrase, a little time, means a short period. You can say, I need a little time to think. I need a little time to rest. I need a little time before dinner. Now, imagine that someone else is at home. You greet that person. You say, Hi, I'm home. The other person asks, How was your day? You answer, It was busy, but it went well. Practice the conversation. Hi, I'm home. How was your day? It was busy, but it went well. You can give more detail. I had a meeting in the morning, finished a report, and stopped at the store on my way home. Practice. I had a meeting in the morning. I finished a report, and I stopped at the store on my way home. Then you ask, How was your day? The other person may answer, It was good. I worked from home and finished early. Practice. How was your day? It was good. I worked from home and finished early. Talking about your day is a common evening conversation. You can use simple questions such as, What did you do today? Was work busy? Did anything interesting happen? Are you tired? Practice. What did you do today? Was work busy? Did anything interesting happen? Are you tired? Now, answer those questions about your own day. What did you do today? You can say, I went to work, completed my tasks, and bought groceries. Was your day busy? You can answer, Yes, it was very busy. Or, No, it was calm and easy. Did anything interesting happen? You can say, I met someone new. I solved a problem. Nothing unusual happened. How do you feel now? You can answer, I feel tired but relaxed. I feel hungry. I feel ready for dinner. After resting, you decide to change into comfortable clothes. Listen. I change out of my work clothes and put on something comfortable. Repeat. I change out of my work clothes and put on something comfortable. The phrase change out of means to remove one set of clothes and put on another. Practice. I change out of my work clothes. I put on a t-shirt and comfortable pants. I feel more relaxed. You may also wash your hands and face. Listen. I wash my hands before I prepare dinner. Repeat. I wash my hands before I prepare dinner. Now, it is time to decide what to make for dinner. You open the refrigerator and look at the food. Listen. I check the refrigerator and decide what to cook. Repeat. I check the refrigerator and decide what to cook. You have chicken, vegetables, rice, and a few basic ingredients. You decide to make a simple meal. Practice. I'll cook chicken and vegetables. I'll make some rice. It should take about 30 minutes. The phrase should take means the expected amount of time. Listen. Dinner should take about 30 minutes. Repeat. Dinner should take about 30 minutes. Before cooking, you gather everything you need. You take out a cutting board, a knife, a pot, and a pan. Practice? I take out a cutting board. I get a knife. I place a pot on the stove, and I prepare the ingredients. An ingredient is one of the foods used to make a meal. Listen. The main ingredients are chicken, rice, and vegetables. Repeat. The main ingredients are chicken, rice, and vegetables. You begin with the rice. You measure 1 cup of rice and rinse it with water. Listen, I rinse the rice before I cook it. Repeat, I rinse the rice before I cook it. Then you put the rice and water in a pot and turn on the stove. Practice, I put the rice in the pot. I add water, I turn on the stove, and I wait for it to boil. To boil means to heat liquid until it becomes very hot and makes bubbles. Listen, the water is starting to boil. Repeat, the water is starting to boil. When the water boils, you lower the heat and cover the pot. Practice. I lower the heat, I cover the pot, and I let the rice cook. Now, you prepare the vegetables. You wash them, peel them if necessary, and cut them into small pieces. Listen, I wash and cut the vegetables. Repeat, I wash and cut the vegetables. You may cut carrots, peppers, onions, tomatoes, or broccoli. Practice, I slice the onions, I chop the carrots, I cut the peppers into small pieces. The word slice means to cut into thin pieces. The word chop means to cut into smaller pieces. Listen, I slice the tomato, I chop the onion, I cut the chicken into pieces. Now, you heat a little oil in the pan and add the chicken. Listen, I heat the oil and add the chicken to the pan. Repeat, I heat the oil and add the chicken to the pan. You stir the chicken so it cooks evenly. To stir means to move food around with a spoon or another utensil. Practice, I stir the chicken, I add the vegetables, I cook everything together. You add salt, pepper, garlic, or another seasoning. Listen, I add a little salt and pepper for flavor. Repeat, I add a little salt and pepper for flavor. The word flavor means the taste of food. You may taste the food carefully. Listen, I taste the food to see if it needs more seasoning. Repeat, I taste the food to see if it needs more seasoning. You decide it needs a little more salt. Practice, it needs a little more salt. I add a small amount. Now, it tastes better. Sometimes something may go wrong while cooking. You may drop a spoon, spill water, or forget an ingredient. Imagine that you cannot find the garlic. You may say, I thought I bought garlic, but I cannot find it. Practice naturally. I thought I bought garlic, but I can't find it. Then you remember that it is still inside the grocery bag. You say, here it is. I forgot to put it away. Practice. Here it is. I forgot to put it away. Now, imagine that the food starts sticking to the pan. You may say, the food is sticking to the pan. I need to add a little oil. Practice. The food is sticking to the pan. I need to add a little oil. The word stick means to remain attached to a surface. You continue cooking until the chicken is fully cooked and the vegetables are soft. Listen, the chicken is ready and the vegetables are tender. Repeat, the chicken is ready and the vegetables are tender. The word tender means soft and easy to eat. You check the rice. It is also ready. Practice. The rice is ready. The chicken is cooked. Dinner is almost finished. You turn off the stove and place the food on plates. Listen. I turn off the stove and serve dinner. Repeat. I turn off the stove and serve dinner. To serve dinner means to put the food on plates and give it to the people who will eat it. You may set the table before eating. You place plates, forks, spoons, napkins, and glasses on the table. Practice. I set the table. I put out the plates. I bring the food, and I pour some water. The phrase, set the table, means to prepare the table for a meal. Now, everyone sits down. Someone may say, this smells delicious. You answer, thank you. I hope you like it. Practice. This smells delicious. Thank you. I hope you like it. After tasting the food, the person says, this is really good. You answer, I'm glad you like it. Practice. This is really good. I'm glad you like it. During dinner, You may talk about the day, weekend plans, family news, or something you need to do tomorrow. You might ask, "What are your plans for tomorrow?" The other person answers, "I have work in the morning, and I need to run some errands after lunch." Practice. What are your plans for tomorrow? I have work in the morning, and I need to run some errands after lunch. To run errands means to go out and complete small tasks, such as shopping, visiting the bank, mailing a package, or picking something up. Listen, I need to run a few errands tomorrow. Repeat, I need to run a few errands tomorrow. You can say, I need to go to the bank. I need to pick up a package. I need to buy some medicine. Now, imagine that you live alone. You can still practice speaking during dinner by describing your food and reflecting on your day. You can say, I made chicken, rice, and vegetables for dinner. The meal is simple, warm, and filling. Today was busy, but I completed my important tasks. After dinner, I plan to clean the kitchen and relax. Practice slowly. I made chicken, rice, and vegetables for dinner. The meal is simple, warm, and filling. Today was busy, but I completed my important tasks. After dinner, I plan to clean the kitchen and relax. Now, answer a few questions about your dinner routine. What time do you usually eat dinner? You can say, I usually eat dinner around 7 o'clock. Do you cook every evening? Answer, yes, I cook most evenings. Or, no, I sometimes order food. What is an easy meal you like to make? You can say, I like to make pasta. I often cook rice and vegetables. I make soup when the weather is cold. Who do you usually eat with? Answer, I usually eat with my family. I eat with my partner. I usually eat alone. What do you talk about during dinner? You can say, we talk about our day, our plans, and family news. Now, let's practice a complete exercise about arriving home and preparing dinner. I leave work in the evening and take the bus home. Traffic is heavy, so the trip takes longer than usual. On my way home, I stop at the supermarket and buy a few groceries. When I arrive home, I put away the food, change into comfortable clothes, and rest for a few minutes. Then I prepare a simple dinner with rice, chicken, and vegetables. I set the table, serve the food, and sit down to eat. Shadow it slowly. I leave work in the evening and take the bus home. Traffic is heavy, so the trip takes longer than usual. On my way home, I stop at the supermarket and buy a few groceries. When I arrive home, I put away the food, change into comfortable clothes, and rest for a few minutes. Then I prepare a simple dinner with rice, chicken, and vegetables. I set the table, serve the food, and sit down to eat. Now, practice a shorter version with a natural rhythm. I leave work, take the bus home, and stop at the store. When I get home, I put away the groceries, change my clothes, and rest. Then I make dinner, set the table, and enjoy my meal. Repeat. I leave work, take the bus home, and stop at the store. When I get home, I put away the groceries, change my clothes, and rest. Then I make dinner, set the table, and enjoy my meal. After dinner, you clear the table. You carry the plates and cups to the kitchen. Listen, I clear the table after dinner. Repeat. I clear the table after dinner. To clear the table means to remove the dishes, food, and other items after a meal. Practice. I carry the plates to the sink. I put the leftovers in a container. I wipe the table. You may save the extra food for tomorrow. Listen. I put the leftovers in the refrigerator. Repeat. I put the leftovers in the refrigerator. You wash the dishes by hand or load the dishwasher. Practice. I rinse the plates. I wash the pots and pans. I dry the counter, and I put everything away. A pot or pan may be difficult to clean because food is stuck to it. You may fill it with warm water and let it sit for a few minutes. Listen. I let the pan soak in warm water. Repeat. I let the pan soak in warm water. To soak means to leave something in water so it becomes easier to clean. Practice. The pan is difficult to clean. I'll let it soak. I can wash it in a few minutes. Now, the kitchen is clean. You take out the trash if the bag is full. Listen. The trash bag is full, so I take it outside. Repeat. The trash bag is full, so I take it outside. You replace it with a clean bag. Practice. I take out the trash. I put in a new bag. And I wash my hands. Now, you are ready to relax. You may sit on the couch, read a book, watch a show, listen to music, call someone, or spend time with your family. Listen. After dinner, I relax in the living room. Repeat. After dinner, I relax in the living room. You can say, I sit on the couch and read. I watch one episode of a show. I listen to music. I call a friend. Practice. I sit on the couch. I put my feet up, and I relax for a while. The phrase put my feet up means to sit comfortably and rest. Listen. I have finished my work, so I can put my feet up. Repeat. I have finished my work, so I can put my feet up. You may decide to watch something. You pick up the remote control and turn on the television. Listen. I turn on the television and choose something to watch. Repeat. I turn on the television and choose something to watch. You may ask another person, what do you want to watch? The person answers, let's watch something funny. Practice. What do you want to watch? Let's watch something funny. You can also say, I do not want anything too long. I am too tired for a serious movie. Let's watch one short episode. Practice. I don't want anything too long. I'm too tired for a serious movie. Let's watch one short episode. Maybe you prefer reading. You choose a book and read a few pages. Listen. I read for 20 minutes before I use my phone. Repeat. I read for 20 minutes before I use my phone. Reading can be a calm way to relax, especially after a busy day. You may also call a friend or family member. Listen. I call my sister to see how she is doing. Repeat. I call my sister to see how she is doing. When the person answers, you say, Hi, do you have a few minutes to talk? The person answers, Sure. What's going on? Practice. Hi, do you have a few minutes to talk? Sure. What's going on? The phrase, what's going on, can mean, what is happening, or, what do you want to talk about? You may say, nothing is wrong. I just wanted to say hello. Practice. Nothing is wrong. I just wanted to say hello. You talk for a few minutes about your day. You say, work was busy, but everything went well. The other person asks, did you finish your report? You answer, yes. I finished it before lunch. Practice. Work was busy, but everything went well. Did you finish your report? Yes. I finished it before lunch. Before ending the call, you say, it was nice talking to you. I will call you again this weekend. The person answers, that sounds good. Take care. Practice. It was nice talking to you. I'll call you again this weekend. That sounds good. Take care. Now, let's review the evening expressions with me. I am on my way home. Traffic is heavy. The bus is delayed. I stop at the supermarket. I pick up a few groceries. I stand in line. I pay at the register. I arrive home. I put away the groceries. I change into comfortable clothes. I rest for a few minutes. I prepare dinner. I set the table. I serve the food. I clear the table. I wash the dishes. And I relax in the living room. Now, shadow the sequence with me. I leave work and begin my trip home. The bus is crowded and traffic is heavy, but I arrive safely. I stop at the supermarket and buy a few things for dinner. When I get home, I put away the groceries, change my clothes, and rest. Then I prepare dinner, set the table, and eat. After the meal, I clean the kitchen and relax for the evening. One more time, more slowly. I leave work and begin my trip home. The bus is crowded and traffic is heavy, but I arrive safely. I stop at the supermarket and buy a few things for dinner. When I get home, I put away the groceries, change my clothes, and rest. Then I prepare dinner, set the table, and eat. After the meal, I clean the kitchen and relax for the evening. Now, take a slow breath and speak this final practice exercise with confidence. My evening begins when I leave work and head home. I may travel through traffic, stop at a store, or complete a small errand. When I arrive home, I take care of my belongings, prepare food, and clean up after myself. Then I give my mind and body time to relax. These simple evening routines help me end a busy day in a calm and organized way. As the evening continues, you begin to slow down. You have finished dinner, cleaned the kitchen, and taken some time to relax. Now, you start thinking about the final tasks of the day. These tasks may include preparing for tomorrow, taking care of your home, getting ready for bed, and helping your mind become calm. Listen carefully. I begin preparing for tomorrow before I go to bed. Now, say it slowly. I begin preparing for tomorrow before I go to bed. One more time. I begin preparing for tomorrow before I go to bed. Preparing at night can make the next morning easier. You may check your calendar, choose your clothes, pack your bag, prepare your lunch, or write a short list. Listen. I check my schedule for tomorrow. Repeat. I check my schedule for tomorrow. You look at your calendar and think about your plans. You may have work, an appointment, a meeting, a class, or an errand. Practice. I have a meeting tomorrow morning. I have an appointment in the afternoon. I need to stop at the store after work. Now, you write down the most important things you need to remember. Listen. I make a short list so I do not forget anything. Repeat. I make a short list so I don't forget anything. Your list might say, bring the document, call the dentist, buy milk, send an email, take an umbrella, practice slowly. Bring the document, call the dentist, buy milk, send an email, take an umbrella. Now, you prepare your clothes for the next day. You check the weather and choose something suitable. Listen. I choose my clothes and place them near the bed. Repeat. I choose my clothes and place them near the bed. If the weather will be warm, you may choose a light shirt and comfortable pants. If it will be cold, you may prepare a sweater and jacket. Practice. It will be cool tomorrow, so I prepare a sweater. It may rain, so I put my umbrella near the door. You may also pack your work bag or everyday bag. Listen. I pack my bag with everything I will need. Repeat. I pack my bag with everything I'll need. You put in your notebook, charger, identification, water bottle, and other necessary items. Practice. My notebook is in the bag. My charger is in the front pocket. My keys are by the door. Everything is ready. Now, imagine that you cannot find your charger. You may say, I cannot find my phone charger. I used it earlier this evening. Practice naturally. I can't find my phone charger. I used it earlier this evening. You look near the couch, beside the bed, and on the kitchen counter. Then you find it near an outlet. You say, here it is. It was beside the couch. Repeat. Here it is. It was beside the couch. After preparing for tomorrow, you complete a few simple household tasks. You may fold laundry, water a plant, tidy the living room, or put away items that are out of place. Listen. I spend a few minutes tidying the living room. Repeat. I spend a few minutes tidying the living room. To tidy means to make a place neat and organized, Practice. I put the pillows back on the couch. I fold the blanket. I place the remote control on the table, and I put away a few things. You may have clean laundry that needs to be folded. Listen. I fold my clean clothes and put them in the closet. Repeat. I fold my clean clothes and put them in the closet. Practice. I fold my shirts. I match my socks. I put my clothes in the drawers. The phrase match my socks means to find two socks that belong together. Now, imagine that you are tired and do not want to finish everything. You can say, I am tired, so I will finish the rest tomorrow. Practice. I'm tired. I'll finish the rest tomorrow. It is okay not to complete every task at night. You can choose what is necessary and leave less important things for another time. Listen. I have done enough for today. Repeat. I have done enough for today. Now, the time is getting later. You look at the clock and decide to begin your bedtime routine. Listen. It is getting late, so I start getting ready for bed. Repeat. It is getting late, so I start getting ready for bed. You turn off the television, put down your phone, and walk to the bathroom. Practice. I turn off the television, I put my phone on the charger, and I go to the bathroom. You may say, I should stop looking at my phone now. I need to let my mind rest. Repeat. I should stop looking at my phone now. I need to let my mind rest. In the bathroom, you wash your hands and face. You may remove makeup, take a shower, or simply freshen up. Listen. I wash my face with warm water. Repeat. I wash my face with warm water. You gently dry your face with a clean towel. Practice. I turn on the faucet. I wash my face. I rinse it carefully, and I dry it with a towel. Next, you brush your teeth. Listen. I put toothpaste on my toothbrush and brush my teeth. Repeat. I put toothpaste on my toothbrush and brush my teeth. You brush the front, back, and top of your teeth, then you rinse your mouth. Practice. I brush my teeth carefully. I rinse my mouth, and I put my toothbrush away. You may also floss your teeth. Floss is a thin string used to clean between your teeth. Listen. I floss my teeth before I go to bed. Repeat. I floss my teeth before I go to bed. Now, imagine that you are almost out of toothpaste. You may say, there is not much toothpaste left. I need to buy more tomorrow. Practice. There isn't much toothpaste left. I need to buy more tomorrow. You add toothpaste to your shopping list so you will remember. Now, you return to the bedroom and change into your pajamas. Listen. I change into my pajamas and get comfortable. Repeat. I change into my pajamas and get comfortable. You take off your daytime clothes, fold them, and put them in the correct place. Practice. I take off my clothes. I put dirty clothes in the laundry basket. I put on my pajamas. A laundry basket is a container for clothes that need to be washed. Now, you may check that your doors and windows are secure. Listen. I check the front door before I go to bed. Repeat. I check the front door before I go to bed. Practice. The door is locked. The windows are closed. The lights are off. Everything is safe. You may leave one small light on in the hallway or turn off every light in the home. Listen. I turn off the lights and walk into my bedroom. Repeat. I turn off the lights and walk into my bedroom. Now, you prepare the room for sleep. You may close the curtains, adjust the temperature, and arrange your pillows. Practice. I close the curtains. I adjust the temperature. I place my pillows comfortably, and I pull back the blanket. The word adjust means to change something slightly so it is more comfortable or correct. Listen. I adjust the temperature because the room is too warm. Repeat. I adjust the temperature because the room is too warm. If the room is cold, you may say, the room feels chilly, so I need another blanket. Practice. The room feels chilly. I'll get another blanket. You may set your alarm for the next morning. Listen. I set my alarm for 7 o'clock. Repeat. I set my alarm for 7 o'clock. You check the time twice to make sure it is correct. Practice. My alarm is set for 7. The volume is high enough. My phone is charging. I'm ready for tomorrow morning. Now, you place your phone on a table away from the bed. This can help you avoid checking it again. Listen. I put my phone down and stop checking messages. Repeat. I put my phone down and stop checking messages. You may decide to read a few pages of a book. Listen. I read quietly for 10 minutes before sleeping. Repeat. I read quietly for 10 minutes before sleeping. You sit comfortably and read. The room is quiet. Your breathing becomes slower, and your body starts to relax. Practice. I read a few pages. I close the book. I place it on the nightstand, and I turn off the lamp. A nightstand is a small table beside the bed. You may also take a few moments to think about your day. Listen. I think about the good moments from today. Repeat. I think about the good moments from today. You may remember a task you completed, a helpful conversation, a meal you enjoyed, or a small problem you solved. Practice. I completed my work. I helped someone. I prepared a good meal. I practiced my English. I did my best today. The phrase, I did my best, means that you made your strongest effort. Listen. Today was not perfect, but I did my best. Repeat. Today was not perfect, but I did my best. You may also think about one thing you want to do better tomorrow. You can say, tomorrow, I want to manage my time better. Tomorrow, I want to speak more calmly. Tomorrow, I want to drink more water. Practice. Tomorrow, I want to wake up on time. Tomorrow, I want to stay organized. Tomorrow, I want to have a positive day. Now, lie down and make yourself comfortable. Listen. I lie down, pull up the blanket, and close my eyes. Repeat. I lie down, pull up the blanket, and close my eyes. Notice the difference between lie down and lay something down. You lie down on the bed. You lay your phone down on the table. Practice. I lie down on the bed. I lay my book on the nightstand. Now, your mind may still be busy. You may think about work, tomorrow's plans, or something that happened during the day. You can say, my mind is still busy. I need to relax. Practice. My mind is still busy. I take a slow breath. I let my thoughts become quiet. Take a slow breath in and breathe out gently. Relax your face, relax your shoulders, relax your hands, and relax your legs. Listen. I breathe slowly and allow my body to rest. Repeat. I breathe slowly and allow my body to rest. You do not need to solve every problem before sleep. You can remind yourself that tomorrow is a new day. Practice. I can think about this tomorrow. Right now. I need to rest. Tomorrow is a new day. Now, let's practice complete bedtime routine conversations. Before bed, I prepare for the next day. I check my schedule, choose my clothes, and pack my bag. Then I tidy the room and put away anything that is out of place. When it gets late, I go to the bathroom, wash my face, and brush my teeth. I change into my pajamas, check the doors, set my alarm, and turn off the lights. Finally, I lie down, take a few slow breaths, and allow myself to rest. Shadow it slowly. Before bed, I prepare for the next day. I check my schedule, choose my clothes, and pack my bag. Then I tidy the room and put away anything that is out of place. When it gets late, I go to the bathroom, wash my face, and brush my teeth. I change into my pajamas, check the doors, set my alarm, and turn off the lights. Finally, I lie down, take a few slow breaths, and allow myself to rest. Now, answer these questions in complete sentences. What time do you usually go to bed? You can say, I usually go to bed at 10:30, or I usually go to bed around midnight. What do you do before bed? You can say, I brush my teeth, change into my pajamas, and read for a few minutes. Do you prepare anything for the next day? Answer, yes. I prepare my clothes and pack my bag. Or, no, I usually prepare everything in the morning. Do you use your phone in bed? You can say, yes. I sometimes check my phone. Or, no, I try to put it away before bedtime. How do you relax before sleeping? You can answer, I read a book. I listen to quiet music. I take slow breaths. I think about positive things. Now, create your own bedtime practice exercise. Start with, before I go to bed, you can say, before I go to bed, I check my plans for tomorrow and prepare my clothes. Then I wash my face and brush my teeth. I put on my pajamas, set my alarm, and turn off the lights. I usually read for 10 minutes. When I feel sleepy, I close my eyes and rest. Now, let's review the complete day from morning until night. Listen first and imagine each activity clearly. I wake up when my alarm goes off. I get out of bed, make my bed, and go to the bathroom. I wash my face, brush my teeth, take a shower, and get dressed. Then I prepare breakfast, clean the kitchen, pack my bag, and leave home. I travel to work, complete my morning tasks, take a lunch break, and continue working in the afternoon. After work, I travel home, stop at the store, prepare dinner, clean the kitchen, and relax. Before bed, I prepare for tomorrow, brush my teeth, put on my pajamas, set my alarm, and go to sleep. Now, shadow the full daily routine in shorter parts. I wake up, I get out of bed, I make my bed, I wash my face, I brush my teeth, I take a shower, I get dressed, I prepare breakfast, I pack my bag, I leave home, I travel to work, I complete my tasks, I eat lunch, I work in the afternoon, I travel home, I buy groceries, I prepare dinner, I clean the kitchen, I relax, I prepare for tomorrow, I get ready for bed, and I go to sleep. Now, practice the same routine with natural sentences. I wake up early and prepare for the day. I eat breakfast and leave home. I spend the morning working, studying, or completing daily tasks. I take a break for lunch and continue my activities in the afternoon. In the evening, I return home, make dinner, and relax. At night, I prepare for tomorrow and get ready for sleep. One more time, slowly. I wake up early and prepare for the day. I eat breakfast and leave home. I spend the morning working, studying, or completing daily tasks. I take a break for lunch and continue my activities in the afternoon. In the evening, I return home, make dinner, and relax. At night, I prepare for tomorrow and get ready for sleep. Now, speak about your complete day in your own words. You can begin with, I usually wake up at, continue with your morning, I get out of bed and, then talk about breakfast. For breakfast, I usually, now, describe how you travel. I usually go by, talk about your daytime activities. During the day, I describe your lunch. I usually have lunch at, now, talk about your afternoon. In the afternoon, I continue with your evening. After I get home, I finish with your bedtime routine. Before I go to bed, I take your time and use short, clear sentences. Your routine does not need to be the same as the examples. Talk about your real life. You may wake up late, work from home, care for your family, study, exercise, or follow a different schedule. The important thing is to use English to describe familiar actions. Now, listen to these useful time expressions. Early in the morning, later in the morning, around noon, in the afternoon, after work, in the early evening, after dinner, before bed, during the night. Practice them in sentences. I exercise early in the morning. I answer emails later in the morning. I eat lunch around noon. I finish my work in the afternoon. I go shopping after work. I cook in the early evening. I relax after dinner. I read before bed. I sometimes wake up during the night. Now, practice using frequency words to describe your habits. Always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, never. Listen, I always brush my teeth before bed. I usually eat breakfast. I often take the bus. I sometimes buy lunch. I rarely stay up late. I never leave the door unlocked. Repeat slowly. I always brush my teeth before bed. I usually eat breakfast. I often take the bus. I sometimes buy lunch. I rarely stay up late. I never leave the door unlocked. Now, use these words to describe your own life. Say one sentence with always. Say one sentence with usually. Say one sentence with sometimes. Say one sentence with never. Here are some examples. I always check my alarm. I usually prepare breakfast at home. I sometimes feel tired in the afternoon. I never drink coffee late at night. Now, let's practice some common questions about a daily routine. What time do you wake up? What do you eat for breakfast? How do you travel to work? What do you do during the day? Where do you eat lunch? What time do you get home? What do you cook for dinner? How do you relax? What time do you go to bed? Answer each question with a full sentence. I wake up at 7 o'clock. I eat eggs and toast for breakfast. I take the bus to work. I complete different tasks during the day. I eat lunch at work. I get home around 6. I often cook rice and vegetables. I relax by reading. I go to bed at 10:30. Now, practice a small change in your routine. Listen, I usually wake up at 7, but today I woke up at 7:30. I usually make breakfast, but today I bought coffee and a sandwich. I usually take the bus, but today I drove. I usually cook dinner, but tonight I ordered food. Repeat slowly. I usually wake up at 7, but today I woke up at 7:30. I usually make breakfast, but today I bought coffee and a sandwich. I usually take the bus, but today I drove. I usually cook dinner, but tonight I ordered food. This pattern helps you compare your usual routine with a different day. You can use usually for your normal habit, and today for what happened now. Create your own sentence. I usually, but today I. You may say, I usually work at the office, but today I worked from home. I usually eat lunch at noon, but today I ate late. I usually go to bed early, but tonight I am staying up later. Now, let's practice the past form of common daily verbs. Wake up becomes woke up. Get up becomes got up. Eat becomes ate. Drink becomes drank. Go becomes went. Take becomes took. Make becomes made. Leave becomes left. Buy becomes bought. Come becomes came. Cook becomes cooked. Clean becomes cleaned. Watch becomes watched. Go to bed becomes went to bed. Listen to a simple description of yesterday. Yesterday, I woke up at 7. I got out of bed and took a shower. I ate cereal for breakfast and drank a cup of coffee. I went to work by bus. After work, I bought groceries and came home. I cooked dinner, cleaned the kitchen, watched a show, and went to bed at 10:30. Now, shadow it slowly. Yesterday, I woke up at 7. I got out of bed and took a shower. I ate cereal for breakfast and drank a cup of coffee. I went to work by bus. After work, I bought groceries and came home. I cooked dinner, cleaned the kitchen, watched a show, and went to bed at 10:30. Now, describe yesterday using a few simple sentences. Start with, Yesterday. I woke up at. Then say what you ate. I ate. Describe where you went. I went to. Say what you did in the evening. In the evening. I. Finish with. I went to bed at. Now. Practice talking about tomorrow. Tomorrow. I will wake up early. I will prepare breakfast and leave home at 8. I will finish an important task before lunch. After work, I will stop at the store. In the evening, I will prepare dinner and rest. I will go to bed on time. Repeat slowly. Tomorrow, I'll wake up early. I'll prepare breakfast and leave home at 8. I'll finish an important task before lunch. After work, I'll stop at the store. In the evening, I'll prepare dinner and rest. I'll go to bed on time. Now, speak about your plans for tomorrow. Start with tomorrow. I will. You can talk about the morning, afternoon, evening, and bedtime. Remember that your sentences can be simple. You can say, tomorrow, I will go to work. I will have lunch with a friend. I will buy groceries after work. I will cook dinner and go to bed early. Now, take one final slow breath and practice this complete reflection. I can talk about my daily routine in English. I can describe what I do in the morning, afternoon, evening, and at night. I can talk about food, transportation, work, shopping, household tasks, and bedtime. I can ask simple questions and give clear answers. I can explain small problems and ask for help politely. I can speak slowly and give myself time to think. Every day gives me new situations to practice. Every sentence helps me become more confident. I do not need to speak perfectly. I only need to keep listening, practicing, and using English in my daily life. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. You have completed a full day of slow English listening, speaking, and shadowing practice. From waking up in the morning to getting ready for bed at night, you practiced useful words, natural sentences, everyday questions, and common situations that can help you communicate more confidently in daily life. Remember, you do not need to understand or say everything perfectly the first time. Listen to this lesson again, speak out loud with me, and focus on clear pronunciation, natural rhythm, and steady progress. The more often you practice these simple daily sentences, the easier it will become to think and speak in English. If you enjoyed this lesson, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so you do not miss our next English learning video. You can also write a comment and tell me which daily situation you would like to practice next. Keep listening, keep shadowing, and keep speaking English every day. Be patient with yourself, believe in your progress, and remember that every small practice session brings you closer to fluency. Thank you again for learning with me today. I'm Emma, and I'll see you in the next lesson.